sponsored by DEA Takeback Day.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Wildfires ripped through portions of Georgia, with the state's two largest burning over 31 square miles. Brantley County Sheriff Len Davis.
Right now we've had confirmed 54 structures that have been destroyed. Approximately 5,000 acres of property has been burnt. We're still at about a 10% containment.
County Manager Joey Cason.
Earlier today, the state of Georgia declared a state of emergency due to the increasing wildfire threat across South Georgia, driven by severe drought conditions, high winds, and low humidity.
So far, no major injuries have been reported. The chief Pentagon spokesman says Secretary of the Navy John Phelan is leaving the administration effective immediately. Undersecretary Hung Kao will become acting Secretary of the Navy. The White House is offering little clues about how long the ceasefire with Iran is expected to last.
Ultimately, the timeline will be dictated by the Commander-in-Chief and the President of the United States.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, speaking to reporters outside the White House, says the president's ceasefire extension is open-ended for now.
Their regime and many of its leaders for nearly 5 decades have been wiped off for the face of planet Earth. So, again, the president's offering them a little bit of flexibility because we want to see a unified proposal to the president's very strong proposal. And he's made his red lines very clear.
And that includes no nuclear weapons for Iran. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Iranian forces attacked at least 3 commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz today. More from CBS's Charlie D'Agata in Tel Aviv.
One of those ships, the Francesca, was linked to Israel. They were seized in the Strait of Hormuz. One of them has suffered damage to the hull. And, of course, this follows the U.S. capture of an Iranian flagged ship earlier this week. And it just raises the stakes over that ceasefire.
In Institute, West Virginia, 2 people are dead and 21 are hurt after a chemical spill at a refinery. Kanawha County Commission President Ben Salango.
The site was in the process of shutting down its operations, and cleaning and decontamination activities were underway in preparation for the closure of that site.
Federal and D.C. authorities break up an international car theft ring, announcing a 15-count indictment. The FBI says the auto theft ring stole more than 100 cars in less than 1 minute. D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro.
They are loaded onto shipping containers that are labeled furniture as opposed to cars because there will not be as much scrutiny.
She says they're sent to West Africa. This is CBS News.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, April 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com.
A new additive that's making fentanyl even more lethal. The warning from public health doctors after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. This report brought to us by Home Comfort Alliance. Let's start you right here in Seattle. North 5, we've got that usual scattered backup starting just before the West Seattle Bridge up to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's about a half hour from bridge to bridge. South 5, we're doing all right. Just minor slowing here and there between the Ship Canal Bridge and I-90. Seattle to Everett pushing an hour and 55 minutes. It is packed from 145th there in Shoreline up to the Linwood interchange, where we still have a collision on the left shoulder. And drivers, you're dealing with really thick fog in that area this afternoon. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 5. You're slow through Kirkland and again from Bothell into Alderwood. Southbound 405 slows at 520 in Bellevue all the way to the Renton Landing. Really thick between Southeast 8th and Coal Creek Parkway. Half hour between Bellevue and Renton. Seattle to Federal Way, 35 minutes. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, also a 35-minute commute. And if you're heading over Tiger Mountain Summit this afternoon, both directions of 18 are heavy approaching the summit from an earlier collision that just recently cleared. Considering a new Lennox cooling system before the summer heat wave? Get a price estimate on your phone in 60 seconds from Home Comfort Alliance. Visit homecomfortalliance.com now. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Health officials are warning about a dangerous drug additive that Narcan cannot reverse. Medetomidine has now been detected in our states. It's sometimes mixed with fentanyl. New York Times health reporter Jen Hoffman tells CBS News it's a powerful animal sedative.
Medetomidine is not the drug they're seeking. They hate it. But unfortunately, they are now even more fiercely addicted to what they're buying because of the medetomidine in it.
Whatcom County health officials are still recommending that you carry Narcan. They say it is still the best tool to help reverse an opioid overdose. Police are trying to find the person who stabbed a man in Seattle's Roosevelt neighborhood late last night.
Officers found the 28-year-old near Northeast 65th Street and 9th Avenue Northeast. And according to the police report, a knife was stuck in his right hand. Police say 3 people had gotten into an argument in a nearby home. Things got physical and spilled out into the street. Other people in the home broke things up, and the suspect took off. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Students and athletes in Seattle and Shoreline are mourning the death of a popular teacher and coach. Adam Waybright was a science teacher at Nathan Hale High School and a lacrosse coach at Shorecrest High. KIRO 7 TV's Allison Amoy reports Waybright died last week.
His wife Elizabeth and their 3 children broken by his sudden passing.
Thursday last week, he went in for a routine procedure. And the next morning, he didn't wake up.
The 51-year-old wore many hats: husband, dad, foster dad, lacrosse coach. He worked as a scientist until he was 44, then followed his heart and his wife into teaching.
Former Washington Attorney General Rob McKenna now reacting after public records show the current AG's office helped lawmakers craft the state's new millionaire's income tax. Center Square unveiled those emails showing Democratic lawmakers are looking to overturn the ruling that banned an income tax. McKenna tells Seattle's Morning News.
If the Attorney General isn't defending the Constitution and instead is collaborating with the legislature to, violate the Constitution in hopes that it'll be changed, that's just not what normally happens.
The office for AG Nick Brown tells us it gave legal advice but took no policy position. McKenna has filed suit to block the tax as unconstitutional. Your weather update now. We are still seeing some cloudy skies but drying out for tonight. Clearing out the next couple of days with some sunshine and highs in the low to mid-60s. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
The John Curley Show. Let's see. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line still there? Teeny, you still there? Teeny's on, Jacob, Teeny's on the floor.
Oh,
Teeny
sorry.
is on the floor. I know. I'm sorry.
I forgot about her.
Yeah.
Well, no, now it's John's responsibility now.
Look at Jacob. He looks like a Grizzly Adams love child, doesn't he? Or
wait, that's just one. Don't love children have to be a combination of someone, but you're just saying it's just.
A bear was involved.
Grizzly Adams.
Who's the guy's name? Timothy Treadwell. Remember him? He was the crazy guy that went up to Alaska to live with bears.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's who you look like before the bear gets you. All right. Find that little bit. Oh, there it is right there. All right. How are those mariners doing? What you do?
Losing right now. Trying to avoid the
Right.
sweep.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. They're catching balls in their shirts sometimes.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
You see that play this morning or today?
Logan Gilbert.
So is that their new thing?
Yeah. They're doing trick plays.
Wild. It happened in the first inning.
That's what
Line
the crowd
drive
goes for.
right back at Logan Gilbert. It landed in his jersey.
And he didn't know either. He's like looking around for it. Nobody.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen it where a catcher ends up somewhere and he's looking around like, whoa, where
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Not a catch, apparently. That was a hit, even though the ball never hit the ground.
Whoa. Because it goes into his jersey, not his glove. It's not considered. You didn't catch it?
Yeah, it's some type of.
It's the rule book.
Interference.
It says,
they treated it more like an interference.
Up to the umpire to decide where the player ends up, too, apparently.
Oh, isn't that? Wow. How about that?
Crazy.
So don't try that trick again. I guess
No.
they thought, hey, let's just try catching stuff in our shirts. Because then you could have like a giant pair of pants.
Yeah.
Or, just huge, like out there, like MC
Against the
Hammer
rules.
jumping
Yeah.
around.
Those clown pants that like the suspenders go out and you're just like running around.
Oh, hey, wait, hold on a second. This is a news program. This is not a bunch of guys yucking it up. People are tuning in for other than the yuck up. Look, Jacob's here. Let's change the font.
Oh yeah, I realize Google has other fonts.
I'm not going to complain to you directly. I'm take it right to management. Reagan Dunn, King County Council member, is going to come by, I think it was about a year ago or 2 years ago. He's like, hey, you know what, everybody? If you work for the King County, come on back. We've got your desks here. You guys have had a lot of time to spend at home. The COVID lockdown is over. And come on back. We want you all back. So that didn't go well. In fact, 70 of them. It's funny. They did come back to protest having to come back, but they didn't want to come back. We'll go in for an hour and march around screaming, yeah, we're not coming back for good. After this protest, we're going back home again. Here's the upside of when you work from home, and some countries are like, there is some benefit to this. You know what it is?
Rhetorical question?
I'm going to tell you later. That's
you.
a tease. I'm going to tease you right there. It's right here.
Wow, that's a tease.
And there we go. Sorry about that, Jacob. Let's see. Talking to strangers. Oh, I do this all the time. I guess you put that in there just to sort of placate me. The idea. Is it the more psychological benefits of talking to strangers?
Yeah, there's a twist to it that we'll talk about.
Oh, there's another tease. Boy, this room's going to be filled with methane gas. Just in time for...
Oh, that's a tease.
Let it rip. Just in time for Todd Myers, because today is Earth Day, everybody. Let's celebrate. It's funny we're still here because I watched Al Gore's, what was that documentary, the Book of Lies?
Inconvenient Truth?
Nothing But Garbage.
Okay,
Inconvenient Truth, yeah. I thought we'd all be dead by now. So to celebrate it, Todd Myers is going to come by. We'll find out the amount of money that they're spending for health, justice, because according to Inslee, remember Inslee? That asthma was an epidemic. They used the word epidemic, that apparently they're catching it from other people. So we'll find out if our money's being well spent there. And it gives Andrew a chance to work out the old paddles on me, because nothing gets me more educated. And more educated, and that's a combination of educated and agitated.
That's pretty good.
There we go.
Sometimes you learn something that makes you angry.
See that? It's just not a bunch of guys shooting the ass. Yes, the CCA thing gets me upset. And somebody thought, well, you know what I'm going to do? I don't want anybody to break into my car, so I'll put somebody in the passenger seat. And then, unfortunately, the people that had ill intent had no regard for what was in the passenger seat. And nobody wins in this one. No one. Did they catch the guys? The bad guys with the guns?
No one arrested at this point.
Well, oh, you know who wins? The people that get paid to replace auto windows, auto machine windows. There's the win for everybody. Plus, I read this the other day, by 2028, Instagram will be out of business. I also saw that by 2032, most predictions about Instagram will be proven wrong. The idea is that another part of it is that socially, people are not smoking cigarettes anymore. Only a small section of the population is. But as people become wealthier and better educated, they will not be doing things that are detrimental to their mental and physical health. And then only perhaps people that are poor will be on Instagram. Ran out of music. Well, that's great. No, it's all right. Doesn't matter. And I guess that's my cue to just shut up. Let me see. There's one last thing in here. Oh, you're going to go to town? I'm going to put some music on to make it so we don't have to listen to your voice raw, as they say, Jacob. Pickleball. Are you going to be defending the ongoing battle between the pickleball players and the tennis players?
Yeah, well, they're getting short shrift.
I have a way they can settle this.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so it's the pickleball players against the tennis players in the city of Seattle, and they're closing down pickleball courts, and they're doing tennis courts, and I think the best way to settle the thing, we'll have that in just a little bit.
I play pickleball sometimes.
I know you do, Jacob. Thank you. Alrighty, I was thinking, Mondays, I go up the street to the pizza place. On Tuesdays, after leaving here, I go to a little Thai restaurant right down the street, right?
Okay.
Siam Thai?
Siam, yeah.
So 400 feet away. I go in there, sit there. The lady likes the fact that she can guess exactly what I'm going to order, because I always get the exact same thing. And the last time I was in there, yesterday or the day before, I was practicing my Thai. Now, I know a little bit of Thai, and I laid it on her, and she was looking at me like, I got no idea. I'm Chinese. I was like, whoa, okay, sorry about that. Then it took her like 20 minutes to get somebody out of the back in the kitchen to allow me to, fumble through the little bit of Thai I had. I know Sawati and Kap Kung Kap. Don't know what it means, but people seem happy whenever I say it. Then I hit him with Tumti daiti tumtua daichua. Tumti daiti tumtua daichua. There, got it. Which means do good, get good, do evil, get evil. I learned that while I was in Thailand doing a story for Evening Magazine. It was about 4:30 in the morning, and we were awakened by our guide and taken out into the country to where a Buddhist monastery was. We were told that at 5 o'clock, the monks would come out in silence, and they would form a line. And about this time, a line was forming on the other side. So you had a group of monks in a single file line and a group of people in a single file line meeting in one designated spot. Now, the people, not the monks, the people were holding in their hand a small tray. The tray had on it rice, water, and incense. One water, one incense, one rice bowl. They would step up to the monks. The monks would put their hands together, bow, and then receive the small tray, and the people would step off to the side. This went on for about a half an hour, and I happened to notice there's another man who is sitting off to the side, the same guy that was selling the water, the rice, the incense, and the rice, the water, and the incense. He was also selling something else, which I couldn't quite tell what it was. And when I asked the interpreter, what's he got now? What are they going over there for? It looked like you're getting receipts. He goes, no, they're buying lottery tickets. I said, huh. And that's where I learned tumti daichi, tumtua daichua. Do good, get good. Do evil, get evil. I said, well, so oh, I see. The point is, if I do something good for this monk and give him, the rice, the incense, and the water, I could possibly win the lottery. He goes, yeah, it's basically karma in a very tight little circle. I said, well, what about if you don't win? He goes, well, sometimes you'll see people in line that have 2 bowls of rice and 2 waters and 2 incense, and they go up and they present, and then they go and buy the lottery ticket. Now, the guy that's selling the rice and the water, the incense, also selling the lottery ticket, it just seems a little like, I don't know, brazen sort of capitalism in a way. It sort of takes away the mystery of the whole thing. But I understand, right? The people that are stepping up in line are doing it for their own self-interest because it's all about self-interest. The guy that's selling the lottery tickets and everything else, it's his own self-interest. The people that are walking up there are presenting to the monks something. The monks are getting something out of it. The people that are giving the stuff to the monks are getting something out of it. The closed loop of karma. Well, imagine now, let's do a little bit of government sort of a thought experiment. All right. What if somebody were to say, hey, it's not fair. Some people have more money than other people, and they're able to give more rice and more incense and more water. They're able to buy more lottery tickets than me, and that's not fair. They have a greater chance of winning, and that's not fair that they're going to be richer than the rest of us. So what are you going to do? Well, that's where the government would come in and say, okay, I'll do it. You're right. That's right. It is not fair that somebody has that. So we, the government, will feed the monks. We'll take care of the rice, the incense, and everything else. Well, then what happens? Well, then you get other people that are not monks that are also somewhat religious. They say, well, what about us? What about feeding us? We could use some incense. We could use some water. We could do whatever else. We just don't shave our heads. We get perms and we have mullets and stuff. So what are you, prejudiced against the rest of us? The government says, don't worry, we'll take care of you as well. So we got the monks. We got the other people that are somewhat religious that are praying to some Buddha or something else. And everybody seems pretty happy about it, except for the guy that used to sell the water. Well, he's like, what about me? Okay, we'll get some money to you as well. Sorry, you're out of business. The same thing with the rice, the same thing with the incense. And everybody seems happy. The rice farmer's being paid. The crop prices drop a little bit. The government steps in, less demand. That's okay. We'll fix all of that. So all the simple solutions, the whole thing falls apart. The people were standing in line for their own self-interest to give these offerings to these monks, for the monks to be able to give them some blessing, and possibly they win in the lottery. The whole thing falls apart because somebody comes in to try to make the system fair for the people that didn't think it was fair. And what happens in the end? Who suffers the most? I'll tell you who suffers the most. The person who is just standing in line with a bowl of rice and some water and some incense, and wanting only the human connection between themselves and the monk. That's all they wanted. And often the monk would say to them, when they would offer, the monk would offer them a blessing, which would be, may you be happy. They didn't buy a lottery ticket. All they wanted was somebody to say, may you be happy. Tumti daichua. Tumtua daichua. Swimming Rama, 3 stars. There we go. That's what I normally order there.
Oh, wow. That's a little spicy for me.
Well, it's preferred. It all depends. The one you can't do is Thai-lac, or what's the name of this? I always just call it Lash's Thai restaurant in Cle Elum. That's the one you can't. When you order like 2 stars, don't get 2 stars.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
No,
they warn you.
Like,
That's
I just won.
Yeah.
And he still has the 8-star competition that if you can eat in 1 hour his chicken pad thai with 8 stars, you can eat it in 1 hour. Then you get, I think, another one for free, which is ridiculous.
Why would you want more?
I don't know. I told him this is the stupidest contest, but he's such a cheap Irishman. I'm like, that's dumb. Like, why would they should be able to eat there for like the rest of the year for free or something.
Wait, also, it's a Thai restaurant owned and operated by an Irishman.
Don't ask questions. Don't worry. She's in the back.
8 stars also so arbitrary.
Oh my God! No, you can't. You can't. No, it's impossible. There's only like 1 or 2 people that have ever done it. And the third guy, he goes, "Yeah, the guy was in there the other day. He's halfway through. He's like 20 minutes down. He goes out in the parking lot and vomits. He's throwing up all over the parking lot. So then he runs back in again. He's trying to finish it off. He's eating it in. I'm like, you got 5 minutes. He runs out. He vomits again. This goes on like 3 or 4 times, and the cops come and they're like, what's going on? You got people vomiting in the parking lot. He's going for the 8-star challenge. I was like, do you think this is a good idea? Like, other people are eating and someone is rushing from the table, and then they can look out in the window and watch the person vomit. And then he goes, yeah, but the thing is they're vomiting and coming back in and eating more.
Yeah, that's actually impressive.
That's how good the food is. Look, I know I'm regurgitating it all out into the parking lot next to the handicap spot, but like, I can't get enough of this stuff. And the names of the people that have like won the thing are scrawled onto this crappy piece of paper hanging up near the cyber. That's all you get.
Not even a photo on the wall.
Oh no! I'll show you a picture of it. T-Lac Thai, it's called, with Alan. We Lash. You go ask for Lash. When you go in there, just as you're eating, you're like, so what happened to your fingers? Because he's missing these 2 fingers.
Okay.
Which are the exact same size as a spring roll. So try not to order the spring rolls while he's telling you the story at the same time while you'll be out in the parking lot throwing up.
And now you know the rest of the story.
It is. I have some more friends there. I said, you gotta go in there. It is quite the experience. And if he likes you, do mention me, because he's sometimes not the nicest guy, but if he likes you, you'll sit down and you'll be drinking his whiskey with him, and he'll be telling you all sorts of stories.
He's not nice. He's making his customers
No, he's not.
Up.
He's Irish. Sometimes he's like too busy. He doesn't want to be bothering. Get out of here.
How is this place so business?
I'll show you the picture of the stupid 8-star thing. Yeah, and then he puts me in charge of reviews. Like when people give him a bad review, oh my God, he's painted the floor like an Irish flag. Oh, this place is a mess. All right, here comes Nate checking traffic. Nate.
All righty, this one brought to you by Wilcox Farms. Seattle to Everett, up to 1 hour commute already, and it is jam-packed from 130th coming out of Northgate all the way past 164th and Mill Creek. Nothing blocking, but we still have a collision just past that Linwood interchange on the left shoulder, causing drivers to slow at the scene, and the weather is still really bogged in up there. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 10. You're slow from Kirkland all the way up to that Alderwood interchange. North 5 heading into Seattle, pretty solid, that is. You've got a little clearing in downtown, but it is solid approaching the West Seattle Bridge just past I-90, and then again from Mercer across the Ship Canal Bridge. About a half hour to get through all this. South 405, you're slow from 520 to the Renton Landing. Really thick about mid-Bellevue past Cold Creek Parkway. It's going to take you 25, 30 minutes from Bellevue to Renton. Seattle to Federal Way is at 35 minutes. It's stop and go now from MLK Junior Way just past 516, and Tacoma to Olympia is looking pretty good at just 35 minutes. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
If you're a Washington landlord, you probably noticed that things have changed. Rental laws There's more rules, higher costs. There's a lot less flexibility. John Curley here. Most landlords I talk to know some of the numbers. They know the rent, they know the mortgage, maybe they know the property value. But those numbers, they don't really tell the whole story. Taxes, vacancies, repairs, your time, what it actually cost you to exit someday. That's often overlooked. But if you want a full picture, some rentals seem fine, but are they really? If you sell, what are the tax plans? That can be a nasty surprise for some. But Drona Financial and CPAs are hosting a free webinar workshop for landlords that want some clarity. They'll show you how to evaluate the true performance of your rental, whether selling makes sense, and how to do it with tax efficiency. So that is Madrona Free Landlord Exit Strategy. The workshop's going to be coming up on the 28th of April. That's Tuesday at 6:30. There's no politics involved. There's no pressure either. It's just real math and real explanations. Now, seats are limited. They go fast. 833-673-7373. 833-673-7373. MadronaFinancial.com/events.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Looking for lumber with a story? Then you've got to check out the new Earthwise Salvage Lumber Warehouse in Soto. Be the first to get your hands on reclaimed lumber with original character and local history. Their warehouse is packed with new inventory now. But when this wood is gone, it's gone. So act fast. Come visit the Salvage Lumber Warehouse for the grand opening on May 2nd from 11 to 3 in Soto. And remember, this lumber is harvested from structures, not forests. Find them at ewsalvage.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go into Longevity Medical Clinic. That's an action. It's about taking that action. Like, people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic, take the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Senate again rejected an attempt to rein in President Trump's war powers. This is the fifth time Republicans blocked the effort by Democrats since the Iran conflict started. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president will decide how long the current ceasefire with Iran lasts.
Not only have they been significantly weakened and obliterated militarily, but they are losing economically and financially every single moment that passes with this blockade.
CBS's Ed O'Keefe has more from the White House.
All she would essentially say over and over again was the commander-in-chief will determine when this ceasefire is over. But based on the fact that we are getting mixed messages from clearly a bunch of disagreeable Iranian leaders, hardliners and those talking to us, we're waiting for some kind of a response.
And the price of oil jumped again today after Iran's military announced it seized 3 ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Gates Foundation in Seattle confirmed today it is reviewing its ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. CBS's Cami McCormick has more.
Bill Gates has spoken about his relationship with Epstein. He has not been accused of any wrongdoing and denies knowledge of Epstein's crimes. This external investigation marks the nonprofit's most public attempt yet to address the ties. The foundation has acknowledged a small number of employees met with Epstein based on his claims he could mobilize significant resources for global health. But the foundation says a joint fund was never created and the foundation made no payments to Epstein.
Washington U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell asked the U.S. Health Secretary questions today about artificial intelligence in healthcare. During a hearing, Cantwell wanted more information about a program called Wiser.
It's basically taking weeks to find out that you're denied on things that never were a prior denial before.
Health Secretary RFK Jr. explaining why an AI review is needed in some cases.
We found we were being ripped off by certain categories of procedures that are not good for the patient, and a lot of time they're unnecessary and they're very lucrative for the doctors.
But he said he wants to work with the Senate to avoid long delays in patient care. Amazon is expanding further into healthcare with the new weight loss drug program.
Amazon's One Medical program now includes access to GLP-1 medications and medical monitoring. It starts at about $25 a month for insured patients or $149 a month for those paying out of pocket.
That's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reporting. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. That drive into Everett already a struggle out of Seattle and Bellevue. In fact, Seattle to Everett is a 1-hour commute. Bellevue to Everett, you're at an hour 10. So I-5 is packed from about 130th there in Northgate past 164th through Mill Creek. We've got really thick fog and some rain adding to this at the interchange, adding to our backups. 405, you're slow from Kirkland all the way up to that Alderwood interchange, and then you're going to hook into the North 5 backup. North 5 heading into Seattle, scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal. Half hour to get you through downtown. South 5, we're doing all right, just a little slow from about Northeast 50th to I-90. Linwood to Seattle's just 20 minutes, and this includes a brief backup through Linwood. South 405 slows from 520 to the Renton Landing. It's a half-hour commute between Bellevue and Renton, and southbound 167 is packed in the south end from State Route 18 into Sumner. Renton to Puyallup, just under 40 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Now to your forecast. Cloudy skies for the rest of tonight. Waking up to some more clouds tomorrow, then clearing and warming up as the rest of the week continues. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Comfort Alliance when it comes to heating and cooling, and what else, Jacob? See if you listen to the commercials. Heating, cooling, and
air conditioning. Oh wait, that is cooling.
Heating, cooling, Home Comfort Alliance. Wow. You work here, and you don't even know the value of the sponsors and the good people with the services that they offer.
I know about Madrona Financial.
You sure you do?
And about Buc-ee's, obviously.
All right.
Maybe you should come up with a song.
Home Comfort Alliance when it comes to heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. It's Home Comfort Alliance. All the smart people know the answer to that. Hit the music. Let's get Reagan done in here.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Yeah, I saw Reagan down there. He is. I saw Reagan done over at the Safeway in Cle Elum. He's walking around with his big cowboy hat on. He's got the jacket. I'm like, ugh, look at that poser. And then he saw me and I had to talk to him. All right, done over there at King County Council. So it looks like you've been on these guys, the workers there at King County. Like, come on back to the office. You've had more than enough time off. You've been offering them an opportunity to come back and do the old sort of just let's have fun around the water cooler and, chit chat and things like that. They've been fighting it for a long time, but it looks like they did come back the other day just briefly to say we're not coming back.
That's right, man. Well, John, there's a new sheriff in town.
Oh.
We're bringing employees back to King County so they can hang out around the water cooler and collaborate and do the people's work and open up the permitting offices and all the places you need to go to get your documents and forms and everything else. Sadly, though, they decided to protest and come into the office, which I appreciate, just to say they didn't want to come back into the office. Right. And if you read the 300 comments in the Seattle Times article, almost exclusively people are like, wait, you don't want to come in 3 days a week? That's too much for you. And it doesn't look good, I don't think, for the employees to make that kind of political statement.
Okay, I'm going to take their point of view. If they can still do the work, whatever that is, and if you can have metrics to prove that they're doing the work, okay, the upside to society is, one, they're not on the roads. Two, they're at home and maybe they're doing the work and they're happier. And they are saving money and they're staying at home. So there are benefits you see to them not asking them to come in, right? If they can do the work and do the work well, what does it matter that they're in the office?
I think there's something to be said about that. And that's why we've requested a 3-day work week. So I'm not asking folks to come back 5 days a week like Amazon and Microsoft and Boeing and all the other companies have done. I'm asking them to come back in 3 days a week. And Executive Gurmai Zahalai is asking him also to come back in 3 days a week. But the problem with your assumption is that isn't what's happening. I mean, a lot of the offices that people come into that are supposed to be there to be open, for example, in the administration building, are not open. You can't get there. I showed NPR around the facilities here the other day, and she got to see how it's just crickets in these buildings during the middle of the work week. We're not getting the efficiency we need. We're not getting the collaboration we need. Requests for information aren't getting back as quick. Services aren't being done, and that's the concern.
Okay, well, I see that. I mean, if it's one-on-one government employee interacting with the public and they're not there, like that's fine. I'm saying if this person never has to deal with it one-on-one, permits or somebody complaining, well, that's a different story. I think what happens was when you say 3 days a week, it's like this arbitrary number. They're like, well, why 3? Why not 2? Why 1? Why not 4? Like they just sort of see it as, well, you're kind of giving this strained compromise on it. And again, I understand if you want them back, but it all has to be the metrics. If they're doing the job, if they're not doing the job and they're sitting home, then get in, right? That's a different story. But you have somebody sitting there. Once somebody tastes freedom, chance of them going back again, that's the problem, right?
Well, and there's 66 bargaining units in King County, right? And so before they got embedded in the contracts with labor, we wanted to bring them back. So a lot of employees are just working 1 day a week in the office, right? And before they embed that in permanent contract, I wanted to get them back in. So the reason why I made a request of 3 days a week is for just this reason. It's pretty hard to say no to it. It doesn't sound reasonable. I called the exec yesterday and I said, hey, let's do a comprehensive study.
Yeah.
Let's look at the metrics from what's happening now. Let's study it when they come back and see if we can determine what is working. I'm open. Hey, if you can prove to me you can do the work in the office by not being there, I'm supporting it.
I'll give you another benefit. This is, I
Yeah.
think, from I think it might be in Australia, the flexibility worker. Where is this? That more people are staying home, getting the work done, and then getting it done. If you know what I mean. Fertility rates increasing. This is Norway. So they're working from home. And they're, I guess, taking some breaks and having more babies. Work from home is adding to the fertility rates. They're in, I think, Australia or in other parts, or just actually in the United States as well. This is a Princeton University study. Finds out that when people that are working from home are taking some much-needed time with their partner. So that's good.
That's an interesting study. We should study that, although it's none of our damn business. But okay, great. There are benefits to working at home, I suppose. But
I mean,
by and large,
it's not the taxpayers. Not taxpayers are the only ones getting screwed. And then here's the other one. Here's the other benefit one. This is from Germany. What they said is the problem is when the workers are not coming in, then the local economy that's built around them buying sandwiches and dry cleaning and stuff is directly hurt. So then Germany said, okay, how about this? How about we tax remote workers the privilege of staying home? I think it was like 5% or something like that. Take that money and then redistribute that out, or tax breaks or something to help the economy that has suffered because the workers are not coming back into the town to spend the money that they would normally spend during their workday. It's sort of not that you guys can do that in King County, but I thought there was sort of an interesting some way to try to make everybody some benefit that has to be paid. You have to pay for the benefit of working from home, but you'd never get that passed in the unions.
It's an interesting idea. I'm open to it, John. The problem is, these are union-protected employees. They're paid with a salary that assumes they're in the office. And much of what the government does are stovepipes. They've got to work together. They've got to collaborate within their department and then share information. For example, permitting and public health, right? They do the septic side of it, permitting. When people are all working from home, that information is not being shared, and that's the problem.
I get it.
It goes back to your metrics, John. It really does. We should study it, don't you think?
Yeah, exactly. Just say, look, you work from home, and all this work is not being done. This is what we expect you to do, and you're not doing it. If you need to do it come in, then you have to do it here. But they have to be held to the metric of we don't care where those people that are able to succeed at home and you're meeting the metric, great. That's your benefit. But for some reason, you don't seem to be doing well from home. We're going to bring you in. We treat people like children because that's how you do. You have to do it. And you come in, you do the work here. And guess what? You're doing the work well here. Maybe you go back home again. I mean, it is like a fourth grader, but why not? Because at this point, they're acting like children. Like, I know, we don't want to come back into work. Yeah, you can't fire them. That's the other problem you got, Reagan. You can't fire any of these people. Government never gets rid of a union worker.
Yeah, that's one of the challenges. We took a look at all the scan cards. You have to scan to get into the buildings, right?
Yeah.
For people who hadn't scanned their card in 4 years. 4 years they hadn't scanned their card, and that's why people are outraged here.
Yeah.
We can do better.
Yeah.
So,
and the people that are coming into work.
My vision is bring back everybody three days a week.
Okay.
Let's look at it and then convince us. Not during the course of a pandemic where we have no choice.
Yes.
Convince us that remote work is helpful, but I think the public's highly skeptical at this point.
Yeah. Well, if you just set the line, they meet the bar. If they do it, great. If not, then you make the changes on thing. All right, hit him out of here with a horse and cowboy. Hit him.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
See you at the Safeway in Cle Allen, partner. There he goes. Reagan Dunn, King County Council. Little Big and Rich coming at you. 3:43 in the afternoon. I'm going to be a DJ like Nate doing traffic. Here comes Nate. Nathan.
Yes, sir. This one brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Seattle to Everett up a bit to an hour 5. It's packed now from Northgate past 164th heading through Mill Creek. Now Bellevue to Everett also up a bit to an hour 15. You're slow from Kirkland all the way up to the Alderwood interchange. Now just past 527 there in Canyon Park. Your right shoulder lane is blocked by State Patrol. Looks like they're dealing with someone, dealing with a crisis situation on our hands here. North 5 in Everett, not doing too bad, but it is scattered back backups from the Boeing Freeway up to Highway 2, and then you're all clear. Here in Seattle, North 5, scattered backups starting just before the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal. Plan on a half hour to get through downtown. Both of our lake bridges are wide open. We do have that usual backup westbound 520 approaching Montlake. South 405 slows from 520 down about 1/12, and then you're going to start to clear out pretty quickly. It's still about 25 minutes from Bellevue to Renton, and southbound 167 from Renton to Puyallup is 40 minutes. It's looking pretty good in the north end. The south end is heavy starting at State Route 18. Randy Johnson Number Retirement Ceremony Night presented by T-Mobile is Saturday, May 2nd. Get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Imagine if a magician came into your house and waved a magic wand, and all of a sudden there was more space in the garage, more space in that closet. When you come in the front door, that's to the right or left, that one. All of a sudden there's more space everywhere in the entire house. You're like, geez, look at all the room we have. It's not magic. What it simply is expertise from the good people at Closets by Design. They can look at your house and they can say, you know what, this is space that could be used for shelving. This is space that could be used for cabinets. Your garage is probably a mess. They won't say that to you, but there's just stuff everywhere. And imagine if you came in the end of the day, after Closets by Design has been there, you drive in, open up the garage door, and everything is tucked away behind cabinets. Beautiful cabinets. And the same thing when you go into that closet there on the right or left, and you come in the front door, you open up to go put your jacket in there, and it's so easy to see where all the coats are and the shoes. And the same thing upstairs in the bathroom. There's closets and cabinets, and all of a sudden your whole house feels bigger and better organized. That's Closets by Design. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. Closets by Design.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right. At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident Book Series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
John Curley here. You know a smart thing to do right now? Upgrade your cooling now with Home Comfort Alliance. Choose a Lennox cooling system and get a heating system free. Their 60-second online price estimator makes it so easy. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com today.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Washington, recent headlines might concern you. Talk of pocket listings or private networks where only certain consumers see certain properties are all over the media. Good news. The legislature recently passed a bill to protect you in your transaction. No secret deals, all listings available for everyone to see, not just an exclusive club of insiders. This means more competition, better offers, and fair access for all consumers. Learn more at warealtor.org, sponsored by Washington Realtors.
Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line there for you. Teeny Tiny's back in her spot. Thank you, Jacob, for taking her off the floor. She'll find the letter of the day. Why don't you text us at Hello, Teeny. 1-888-973-5476. Or welcome Joe in Hawaii enjoying himself. Sent a picture. I didn't know he was so tatted up.
Oh,
a lot of ink. He got a lot of ink in prison.
I mean, you can see his arms.
Some of his arms, but then there's a lot of other stuff.
I learned that in jail.
Exactly.
I didn't know he was in Hawaii. Is it weird that I don't
it's best that you don't
care what
you and
people are
management?
doing?
What the hell are you supposed to know?
Heat waves.
Sometimes Brian will leave and everyone will ask me where he is, and I tell them I don't know because I'm just not that interested in his personal life. And people seem to think that that's something that I should be responsible for.
I think because you're in management or you're in the office that we used to have the copier paper in, that you would somebody's on vacation, so you must know scheduling, so then you would know that Joe is in Hawaii.
Yeah, I knew Joe was going to not be here. I just I wasn't particularly intrigued with where exactly
you don't have a map
go.
With push pins.
Yeah, that's right.
To where everybody is tracking
their location
and some red yarn to put it all together. Talking to strangers has been made fun of course. Is this the progressive ad, right? The person's chit-chatting.
To you, it may just be an elevator. Here goes nothing. But for a young homeowner becoming their parents, it's a learning opportunity.
Come on in. The more the merrier. We got any out-of-towners in the elevator?
Tom, it is not easy.
10th floor, huh? Must be a heck of a view.
Oh, God, this is so embarrassing. This is me.
Okay. So everyone else is facing this way?
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Okay, that was terrible. Okay, let's hang back. We're going to try that again.
Oh, I had 3 or 4 good elevator jokes because I live in a building with an elevator. Oh, my God, that's so embarrassing.
Does anybody appreciate them?
Can you tell one of them?
Just, you got to be there, we get on the first floor.
It's a very everyone knows what it's like to be.
All right, let's all imagine we're in an elevator, right?
Thank you.
And it opens on the 4th floor. I might do 4th floor joke, and I'll say patio furniture and men's hosiery. You're getting off, you're announcing just whatever. We're like at a store of some sort, and different floors have different merchandise, and you're getting off on that floor.
So you're pretending to be an elevator concierge?
Yeah, you normally bing bong, outdoor furniture, men's hosiery, whatever. But again, it's never mind. You know what? Screw all of you.
Had to be
take
there.
The stairs.
Yeah, you didn't have to be
take
there.
the stairs.
It's
Take the stairs.
Funny.
It's funny in my building.
That's fine. We're not saying it's not.
No, people in my building love it.
We're not
They
saying
rush to
don't.
get on the elevator so I can do that joke. Here's Nick.
All right. Seattle to Everett, plan on an hour, 5 minutes, and it is packed from Northgate all the way past 164th and Mill Creek. We do have this collision on the left shoulder, but it isn't blocking up there at the interchange. You've got some really nasty weather up there at that interchange, and that's really causing the brunt of this. Bellevue to Everett, hour 15. It's stop and go from Kirkland all the way to the Alderwood interchange now, just past 527 in Canyon Park. Your right shoulder lane is blocked by State Patrol, and this has traffic absolutely jam-packed starting at 522. You just barely moving. South 5 into Seattle, packed at the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. Not too bad. Linwood to Seattle, plan on 25 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way is going to take you 35. You got your typical backup that starts near Interurban Avenue. And Tacoma to Olympia at 40 minutes. Now you're crowded through South Tacoma. Just a brief backup at the JBLM main gate. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All righty. My guy should be your guy if you get a bad elbow or ankle or wrist. If you've ever used in a complete sentence, you got bone on bone when it comes to the knees, and you're not able to ski anymore. Maybe you don't play tennis. You've been picking up the grandkids' is pain. You've given up running 5Ks or even jogging. Anything that's physical is now really bothering you because whatever it is, arthritis, some sort of problem as you're just getting older. And you're thinking, oh, yeah, what can I do? You got a bunch of choices. You just give up on it, the thing you love to do, ski or bike or whatever else. Or you think, well, I'm going to go to a surgeon and they're going to fix it. You're going to go under the knife. You start doing some research on it. You're like, well, wait a minute. A lot of pain. What's the recovery? I got one more option for you. Dr. Mark Wagner. Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Well, he's done 20,000 stem cell procedures. Your own stem cells helping you heal. This is a 90-minute outpatient procedure. I've had it done on my hip. I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago. Running again. Feel great. I hadn't run in 7 years until I went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD. Do the same thing. Check him out. drmarkwagnermd.com.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Looking for lumber with a story? Then you've got to check out the new Earthwise Salvage Lumber Warehouse in Soto. Be the first to get your hands on reclaimed lumber with original character and local history. Their warehouse is packed with new inventory now. But when this wood is gone, it's gone. So act fast. Come visit the Salvage Lumber Warehouse for the grand opening on May 2nd from 11 to 3 in Soto. And remember, this lumber is harvested from structures, not forests. Find them at ewsalvage.com. 511 is now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall. It's more than a brand, it's a lifestyle built on reliability and performance. Whether you're on duty, on the trail, working out, or out for adventure, 511 delivers purpose-built clothing, bags, and footwear that stand up to the toughest demands. 511 gear is trusted by those who never settle for less. Choose 511 and live ready for anything. Are you ready to discover your 511? 511, now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. Things are changing fast and no one knows what comes next. Times like these make you realize just how important it is to be prepared. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. They're America's #1 most trusted resource for survival food, solar power, water filtration systems, and more. Go to preparewithamerica.com to unlock a special offer that'll help you get ready for whatever comes our way. Go to preparewithamerica.com to see the special offer right now. That's preparewithamerica.com.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Wildfires in South Georgia have destroyed approximately 54 structures. Drought conditions, low humidity, and strong winds have been fueling the flames. So far, no major injuries have been reported. Bradley County Sheriff Len Davis.
Approximately 5,000 acres of property has been burnt. We're still at about a 10% containment.
Bradley County officials have ordered more evacuations on top of the existing 800. County Manager Joey Cason.
We saw a flash flare-up that happened. Within 5 minutes, it went from smoke to a fire. So just understand, this thing is a very dynamic situation that's changing in a matter of moments if the wind kicks in a certain way.
The Pentagon says the Navy Secretary is leaving his position. No reason given by Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell for John Phelan's exit, but his departure is effective immediately. CBS News Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson.
He will now be replaced, according to Mr. Parnell, by his undersecretary, Hung Cao, who did serve in the Navy, was an explosive ordnance disposal service member in the Navy. But this change does come as the Navy is playing a significant part in the ongoing war with Iran.
The fragile truce between Iran and the U.S. is extended indefinitely, but Iran renewed its attacks on commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz today. The U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ships, linked ships, that is also still in effect. And CBS's Natalie Brand at the White House reports.
Pakistan's prime minister, acting as a mediator, is urging both sides to observe the ceasefire and work toward a peace deal during a second round of talks in Islamabad.
But it remains unclear if or when that next round of in-person negotiations will take place.
The Trump administration is in discussions with Spirit Airlines about a possible bailout. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
President Trump said that he thought either another airline should buy Spirit or that his administration should take a look at helping the airline out. They employ about 15,000 people, many of them in the state of Florida. You know, they're looking at it and talking about this deal because the president told them to.
Spirit has been struggling because of rising jet fuel prices, growing labor costs, and operational issues. A federal appeals court has blocked a 2025 California law requiring federal immigration agents to wear some form of identification or a badge. CBS's Allison Keyes.
A 3-judge panel of the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issued an injunction pending appeal. The Trump administration challenged the California law, arguing that it would threaten the safety of officers who are facing harassment and violence, and also that it violated the Constitution because the state is directly regulating the federal government.
CBS News.
Join Adriana Diaz and Kelly O'Grady for the perfect start to your weekend. Ease into your Saturday with CBS Saturday Morning on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Coming up, a new deadly drug arrives in our region. But first, we have Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you. Seattle to Everett plan on an hour, 5-minute commute this afternoon. You are packed coming out of Northgate all the way past 164th there in Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, hour 15. We're stop and go from Kirkland all the way to the Alderwood interchange. We did clear the right shoulder lane just past 527, so this is going to open up that lane for you. So things will start to loosen up a little bit, but it is really thick there between Bothell and Canyon Park. South 5 heading heading into Seattle. Looking pretty good. You're going to get packed around Northeast 50th down to I-90. It's a 25-minute trip from Linwood to Seattle. North 5, it's taking you 35 minutes to travel through downtown. Scattered backups before the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal Bridge, where Revive I-5 continues to block 2 left lanes. Northbound 99, a good option for you right now. It is clear through downtown. Westbound 410 in Sumner, right at the Valley Freeway, we've got a collision partially blocking your on-ramp to northbound 167. And Tacoma to Olympia, looking pretty good this afternoon in just 40 minutes. Got some slowing in South Tacoma to get through, and a brief backup there near the JBLM main gate. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Health officials have a warning about a fentanyl additive that Narcan cannot reverse. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Medetomidine, a drug meant for animals, has been showing up around the country for a while. Now it's made its way here to Washington. New York Times health reporter Jan Hoffman tells CBS News the effect it can have on people who ingest it.
Their heart rates skyrocket, their blood pressure skyrockets, they vomit uncontrollably, they have tremors, they hallucinate.
And Narcan won't help. Still, Whatcom County health officials recommend carrying it because they say it's the best tool to help somebody start breathing again if they've taken fentanyl. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Students at 2 local high schools are mourning the death of a teacher and coach. Adam Waybright taught science at Nathan Hale High School and coached lacrosse at Shorecrest High. KIRO 7 TV's Allison Amoy reports he died suddenly last week at the age of 51.
His fellow lacrosse coach says his impact was felt across the country. Rival teams and players on the East Coast even sending notes of support.
2 of his boys are on the high school team. I think it's really a rallying cry for all of the players, to support their brothers and to also really try and live out Adam's legacy.
His wife says Adam never realized what a difference he was making. He just did it instinctively.
And his wife says Adam went in for a routine medical procedure but never woke up. Renton police have turned their automatic license plate readers back on after temporarily shutting them down to comply with the new state law. Police say the pause allowed them time to reconfigure the system, train staff, and restrict their use near sensitive locations like schools. Well, you'll probably never see this one again in baseball. Mariners pitcher Logan Gilbert catching a ball with his jersey.
It got stuck in his jersey. He was able to hang on to it. I think the ball is in his jersey.
The ball never hit the ground, but the runner was called safe, leaving broadcaster Rick Riz confused.
That's a terrible call. And there's no way, if it is in the official scorebook, they've got to change that tomorrow.
Indeed, the rule book says a ball lodged in a player's uniform is dead. The runner gets on base. M's got the last laugh, though. They just walked off the A's in the bottom of the 9th, winning 5-4. Your weather update now, looking at cloudy skies tonight and again for tomorrow morning before we see some sun breaks tomorrow afternoon and more sunshine into Friday and the weekend. Right now, 53 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
There we go, everybody. Ready to go? That's the John Curley Show. Thank you. Michael Casino, thank you as well for fielding all the text messages. Joe is still in Hawaii. Mahalo to you. If he comes back with a box of the macadamia nuts that taste like wax that you pick up at the airport, I'm gonna ceremoniously throw them right in his face. I warned him of that. Okay. That gift is like, thought of you while I was getting on the plane. Here's some really crappy candy.
Emergency.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
Blinders
nothing.
on, man.
Yeah, exactly, Joe. Oh my! Well, it is Earth Day, everybody. Let's celebrate with. Oh, I'm gonna. Wow, this is the longer version. Oh, the old one. Todd Myers, Washington Policy Center. You're now like vice president. Are you? Yeah, are you the vice president there? What's your official title? Like, I don't want to, knock you down at all. Where are you? You're still doing environmental stuff, but they moved you up, right?
Mr. Vice President is how you refer to me.
All right, Mr. Vice President, you have you've done it again, and I have the defibrillating paddle standing by because whenever you're on and you start talking about this Climate Commitment Act. I think you're trying to kill me over here.
You get agitated. What was that?
Yeah. Educated and agitated at the same time. You got this new one done. Air quality funds diverted to advocacy, not pollution reduction. And then it is a mind-blowing little thing. It looks like if you went to Pizza Hut and you had to get Mario home to get a pizza or something like this. You're trying to get all the parts around. Explain to us how there is diversion funding going on.
So one of the main arguments for the Climate Commitment Act, which is the CO2 tax that we have, is that a certain amount of money, and actually in the law, it was $20 million per biennium, I think, was dedicated to improving air quality in what they call overburdened communities.
Yes.
And there's a lot, primarily that's called what's called particulate matter, which can get in people's lungs. It can cause asthma attacks. Like when we have smoke from forest fires, that's all particulate matter.
Okay.
So they were going to spend $20 million on this. And so I was wondering, how did they end up spending this? Because it gets mentioned so often as a benefit of this tax.
Yes.
So they had a program. I looked at the projects. I requested all of the grants, looked at the ecology webpage and went through them. And what I found is that the vast majority of the projects were not actually related to reducing particulate matter. A huge amount of the money was spent on community outreach. Just talking to people in those communities about how they felt about air pollution. And so, for instance, there was $411,000 sent to the Urban League of Seattle to do community outreach. There was $170,000 sent to the Somali Independent Business Alliance.
Was there anybody there when they got the money? Was there anybody there?
So they sent all this money out. Now, there were some projects that tried. Like one of the projects was supposed to replace 20 wood-burning stoves. Wood-burning stoves are a source of particulate matter, a particularly problematic one. And so that was what the project was going to do. So I reached out to the project and said, great, how did you do?
Yeah.
And they said, well, we didn't actually replace any wood-burning stoves because people don't want to give them up. So even projects that focused on the right thing, had good intentions, still didn't deliver in terms of actually improving air quality.
If I were in charge, I know you're the vice president, but if I were in charge of some like Cuckoo Town and I was the president of Cuckoo Town and everybody came to me with it, and if I saw the word community, that would be the thing I would not fund because that word, no one in the real world uses it. You hear it over and over again in nonprofits and government. Well, it's about this community, that community. It's basically a special interest group that we're going to just slush fund money into. $400,000 for people to sit around and ask how they feel about asthma or how they feel about pollutants. And I saw that Governor Inslee, it's nice that he's gone, but his words still live on. We have an epidemic of asthma in our state. So I looked it up. The epidemic, by the way, that has to be contagious. That's an epidemic. So I'm not catching asthma from somebody. We're not even close. The state of Washington is 20th. It fluctuates. This is from the Asthma Foundation. It moves up and down depending on how much forest fires we have. But number one, by the way, Allentown, Pennsylvania comes out either number 1 or 2 every single year. Detroit, Michigan is in there. We're not even, Seattle, I think, is 30th, 35th as far as cities, but the state of Washington is 20th. And the number of kids that they say that have asthma is actually higher than in Allentown. So it's like they just throw any number in there. They don't expect anybody like you to look at it. And you come on here every couple of weeks. And Todd, you deliver this news, and we know that they're just moving this money around, this bait and switch. But whatever comes of it.
Yeah, there are some changes. Like a couple of years ago, we pointed out that a $45 million program to subsidize EVs basically did nothing to reduce CO2. And the legislature did not extend that program. Governor Inslee wanted it actually to be expanded. That program did not go on. So there are times we get an impact. This one, probably not. And I'll give you a couple of reasons.
Okay.
I mentioned the Urban League grant.
Yeah.
They were asked about my report, and they said, well, we must be doing something right because the Department of Ecology has already extended that grant. So they got the money last year. They're going to get the money this year to do community outreach.
Community outreach. But community outreach, what does that mean? Because if you had a metric and you said, whatever it is, reduce this amount of kids that are having asthma or whatever, then you get the money. But again, it's always the metric. There's no metric. All it is just is fluff stuff. And then they're going to give more money for community outreach. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Paddles, get ready.
There's one other indication that the Department of Ecology is not going to do anything to strengthen the, sort of how they prioritize these.
Yes.
Because they were asked about it and they put out a statement. And I'll just read you their statement.
Okay.
It says, this analysis includes inaccurate information from top to bottom. The total grant distribution, the eligible activities, the analysis of pollution reduction, the assumption that pollution reduction estimates were ignored, the status of funded projects, even the total number of projects. So I'm like, well, how can all these things be wrong? And so I asked, so the reporter sent this quote to me and said, well, how do you respond to this?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I don't understand, like, what's wrong with the total number of projects, for instance. And she said, well, what they said is that the web page, the Department of Ecology web page that you went to get the data, they made a mistake. There was a project listed on there that they had canceled, but they hadn't fixed it on the web page.
That's on you.
So I said that there are 21 projects, but there are only 20 projects.
Oh, sorry.
Like, all of it's like the total amount, the number of projects. Like, most of these things are related to the fact that I used their data and they screwed up. Now, of course, none of that changes the conclusions. None of that says, oh, now giving money to the Urban League or to these other, makes sense. It's just a cheap way of saying, well, Todd didn't realize that we canceled one of the projects.
Yes.
And I think I've said before that I think, that all of politics can be explained by the movie Animal House.
Yes, right.
And I think this is another example of one of the best lines, which is, face it, you effed up, you trusted us. And yes, I used their data and it turned out to be wrong. And now they're holding that against me.
Yeah, you see, they stuck that in there. They stuck that in there as a red herring. Myers will fall for this, and then we can discredit all of his reporting. I'm going to catch you off guard, possibly, although you probably do a lot of work in looking at these numbers. I was reading some research the other day, and they were talking about the fact that the governor had gone and talked all about how wonderful we're going to go to net zero, and we're not going to have no more CO2 by 2030, and by 2050 we're going to have this. And that no one asked how much the whole thing would cost. So I started doing research on 15 to 20 years, solar and the windmills had to be replaced. So I started to dig around into Washington budget and looked at different areas. Do they have the money in order? By the way, they can't recycle the windmills. I mean, the giant blades are not recyclable, so that's great for the environment. But you put put the solar in, put the windmills in, but then you have to replace them. But not only have to replace them, you have to decommission them. So is there any money set aside for the decommissioning of all of these windmills and all of these solar panels? And I didn't see any money set aside for that. And you don't see anybody going, what is all of this going to cost for us to get to net zero, or whatever the fantasy was that's still left over, the wet dream that Jay Inslee had in the sheets number of 3 years ago? Thank you.
Well,
hold on. There you go. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
These numbers are really hard. People try to come up with these numbers, but they're very hard to come by for a whole range of reasons.
The reason is, Todd, because nobody wants to know the real number, but it's got to be huge, and the people of Washington will pay it, right?
So on the one hand, right, technology is improving. So the cost of solar panels is going down. Now, the cost of solar panels is still higher than alternative forms of energy.
Yep.
And so what people say is, well, Todd, you don't understand that solar panel technology is improving and the cost is coming down. I'm like, yes, it has come down, but it has come down from astronomically high to just really high. It's still high,
yes.
Right? And so you're right, all these costs. So what ends up happening is that they don't play that game. The game that gets played on the other side to justify this is to say, oh, but the cost of climate change is astronomical. And so anything is worth doing. And so they play games with what are called discount rates. And they play all sorts of financial games to say, oh, actually the cost of each metric ton of CO2 is $100, $1,000. So any amount of money that we spend makes sense.
Right. It's worth it because the other side is we're all going to die. So it's like, what would you spend so that we all don't die? As long as they have that sort of goalpost there threatening all of us, then there's no number that is too great to save the planet, right? So, but the thing is, rather than innovating, they don't innovate. They just move everyone into the direction of the green solar windmills and stuff, and the cost continues to increase every single month or exponentially throughout the year on the average Washingtonian. Because if we don't, then we're all going to die, right? So it's completely irrational. But everybody's saying, oh, why is my electric bill going up 30%? Why does it cost me $120 to fill my truck? Because if you don't fill your truck for $120, we're all going to die. I mean, isn't that in a weird sort of drunken haze? That's sort of the argument that would take place with one of these people?
That is, and it's not just in a drunken haze, sometimes even sober, they say these sorts of things. And the problem with that, I mean, this is why you hear this phrase climate crisis, right? They want to put you in a crisis mentality. When you say somebody has a crisis mentality, that is not a compliment. What you're telling them is they're not thinking clearly.
Right.
But they want to put all of us in that crisis mentality. So we're just like, whatever it costs.
Yeah.
But even that logic, even if you buy everything, even if you say, yes, you are correct, climate change is an existential crisis. I think it is clear that it is not, but let's say it is, okay?
No!
Even their logic doesn't justify what they're doing, because instead of spending money on a project that can reduce CO2 for $10, they spend $40,000.
Right.
If they believed it was a crisis, they would say, oh, we're going to take that $40,000 and we're going to do 4,000 metric tons. So like that's the thing is that people get mad about, oh, their science is wrong and oh, it's not really certain. I'm like, fine, all of that is true, but even according to their own logic, their activities don't make sense.
Right. Okay. So Todd, we will all be in agreement, other than the complete nutcases that glue their hands to the Mona Lisa. It's not an existential threat. So we'll discount that. This is grift and fraud, and this is theft. You get Inslee and the rest that are in there that put this stuff in place, and I could name them. I won't do it on the air right now to do more research. There are people that used to work there in Washington, in the state of Washington, in Olympia, that are directly benefiting, have set up little businesses for themselves, and the money goes from all of us at the gas tank and all of us in the heating and cooling, goes to Olympia, and then goes right on back to a bunch of people that used to work in Olympia that don't work there anymore, that helped to get laws passed to benefit them personally. And they know who they are, and you know who they are. And this is such an abuse of the taxpayers' money in the state of Washington to line the pockets of a bunch of people that are simply trying to scare everybody that the world is coming to an end and we need to tax the crap out of you in order to save the state of Washington and the rest of the world, while only a few people are benefiting directly because of the lies that are being told. And you and I disagree on some of the stuff, and you'll give me some credit on it, but that's the thing that outrages me. Really, really upsets me that I mean, I can afford it. I live in Cle Elum. You see those people, I saw today a Warrior. There's a guy pulls up. He doesn't have the money. He's getting effed by these people. And he's got this old broken down car. I looked at him and I said, what's it going to cost you? Like $92. $92. That man's getting screwed because there's a number of people in Olympia that are now benefiting from the lie that we're going to save the world, and these people can't afford to put gas in their car. No, I realize it's gone up because of Iran, but when it comes back down again, they're still getting screwed. Am I completely out of my mind on this?
No, and I will give you a specific example of what you're talking about, which is that in the budget last year, there was a specific grant in the budget, in the legislative budget, for again, community outreach and a study on offshore wind to talk about can we have wind turbines off the coast of Washington State? And the line item in the budget was written in such a way that it was for a group in Seattle that focuses specifically on maritime. It was written such that only one organization could receive it. Right. And I took that language. All I did was took the language in the budget, put it into a search engine, and it came up with the group in Seattle. And the head of that group in Seattle was a former Inslee administration official.
Talk about just dumb luck.
Remarkable.
It's crazy. You think that, what are the possibilities that would happen to be that person? Oh, Myers, I don't know why I have you on. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to just, hold on. Hold on, Todd. There we go. My heart just kills me with this stuff. Because I see it, maybe if I had an electric car, or I lived in Seattle, I went around on a scooter like Jacob all day growing facial hair, I wouldn't. But I see it in Cle Elum. You ever been to Cle Elum, Todd?
I've heard about it.
Thank you for spending some time with us on this wonderful Earth Day. There he goes. Thanks, Todd Myers. Washington Policy Center. Getting me all worked up. Yeah. I've been here for I don't know how many years. That's the closest I come to cursing on the air. Twice.
Yeah.
It's to me. I'm constipated with a couple of swear words. I just want to. If I could get two, if you could let me talk to management, I could get 2 a week and and they're just that's it.
2 a week.
That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'd spread them out. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be like foul mouth Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just
pop. You should negotiate it into your next contract.
There's a reason for that word.
We got to get Trump to change the SEC rules for us.
Oh, okay. We'll call him and...
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay, here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan?
Carpet Liquidators has our update. Our afternoon Mariners game just ended, so prepare for tens of thousands to join that afternoon commute. Seattle to Everett's taking an hour and 10 minutes this afternoon, 50 just to Linwood, and you're packed from Northgate just past 164th heading through Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 20, 1 hour to Linwood, and you're bumper to bumper from 520 all the way up to that Alderwood interchange. Once you get into Everett, North 5, you're going to jam up at the 526 interchange, but just briefly, once by the time you get to Lowell Road, you'll start to thin out, and then you're in the clear by the time you reach the Snohomish River. Everett to Marysville, a 10-minute commute. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. It's going to take you 35 minutes North 5 through downtown Seattle. Your backup start just before the West Seattle Bridge. Seattle to Federal Way, 35 minutes, and Bellevue to Renton is at a half hour. Get your entire home installed for just $99 at Carpet Liquidators. From carpet to flooring, Carpet Liquidators has got you covered. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Oh, boy, Home Comfort Alliance is coming back out to the barn. They put in a heat pump, and then the last time they go, you know what? On the second floor there, we got to get an AC unit. I said, okay, guys, explain to me how it's all going to work. They said, we got the things all set up. It's ready to go. Just let us know. I said, how long will it take? And they explained everything. Here's what I love about working with Home Comfort Alliance. First of all, their expertise, their outstanding customer service, and the deals every once in a while that you run across, you're like, how could I not go wrong? And especially right now, they have got Lennox for you. And this is the best time to get in touch with Home Comfort Alliance, because when you get a Lennox heating and cooling system for the hot days in the summer, the warm days as well, anytime outside, whatever the temperature is, you are nice and comfortable, cool or hot. And the Lennox cooling system from Home Comfort Alliance will give you a new heating system free. Plus, they handle all the utility rebates, the available discounts to get you the best possible value on Lennox. For a quote right now, HomeComfortAlliance.com. Home Comfort Alliance, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
What is it, boy? Someone need help? Someone in trouble?
Oh,
Okay, so you just want me to get Progressive Auto Insurance because their collision coverage covers up to $1,000 in vet bills if you're injured in an accident? That's it? Okay, calm down. Let's not resort to name calling.
Progressive's collision coverage helps pay for care for your pet when they're in the car during an accident.
No, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have said calm down.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage included with purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you. When they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see. They know. They hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves because, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
My name is Skip, and Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland helped me with my small business administration loan. With her help, I was able to keep my small business open. And she can help you, too. Please contact Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland's office at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov for help. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. There is no firm deadline for Iran to come up with a peace proposal. That's according to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt after President Trump extended that ceasefire.
He will dictate the timetable. And again, he is satisfied with the naval blockade, and he understands that Iran is in a very weak position and the cards are in President Trump's hands right now.
Despite the ongoing ceasefire, Iran today says it seized at least 2 cargo ships near the Strait of Hormuz. More from CBS's Eleanor Watson.
About 60% of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy is still functional. It's that Navy that's posing a threat to the Strait of Hormuz with its fast attack speedboats.
And oil prices jumped again today as the peace talks stall. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson is answering questions about Starbucks expansion into Nashville. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman asked the mayor about Starbucks' move at an unrelated news conference today.
This is, again, not the subject of our press conference, but so Starbucks expansion to Nashville has been in the works for years. Seattle will remain their North American HQ, and we're confident of that.
After her election, Wilson joined Starbucks union members back in November as they rallied for a labor contract.
I am proud to join the monologue
their picket line and proud to say loud and clear, I am not buying Starbucks and you should not either.
Starbucks says the majority of its support teams will continue to be based in Seattle. The Gates Foundation in Seattle is cutting 500 jobs and reviewing its ties to Jeffrey Epstein. CBS's Michael Wallace reports.
Bill Gates has apologized for having affairs with 2 women and told the Wall Street Journal he regrets his relationship with Epstein.
In retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him.
The Journal reviewed an email to Gates Foundation employees that warns of a 20% staff reduction by 2030. Billionaire Warren Buffett, who has given the foundation $43 billion since 2006, recently said he may not give it any more money after the Epstein revelations. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Turn now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
All righty, this one brought to you by D.R. Horton. Our afternoon Mariners game ended about a half hour ago, so Soto is really packed right now. And get ready for that mass influx onto the I-5 corridor through Seattle. Seattle to Everett, an hour 10 minutes. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 20. So I-5, it's packed from Northgate all the way past 164th and Mill Creek. And then 405 is solid from 520 in Bellevue all the way up to that Alderwood interchange. Linwood to Seattle, just 20 minutes. You're slow from the U District to I-90. North 5, it's taking you 40 minutes to travel between this backup that starts at the Michigan Curve up to the Ship Canal Bridge. Northbound 99 starting to fill in now through that downtown tunnel. Seattle to Federal Way, a 35-minute commute. Bellevue to Renton's at a half hour. And really, the rest of this commute south of Seattle and into Pierce County looking pretty good this afternoon. D.R. Horton has new homes and communities across Puget Sound and Central Washington ready for you. Visit drhorton.com, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now, cloudy skies tonight and again into tomorrow morning. Drying out, though, for the rest of the week. Weekend's looking very nice. Upper 60s, mostly sunny. Right now, 54 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
Spring showers? Yeah, right. More like spring sprinkles, downpours, hailstorms, cold snaps, flooding, and sometimes even a little sun. Spring in Western Washington changes day to day, even hour to hour. That's why you need experts who have decades of experience and the right tools to keep you weather ready. Watch KIRO 7 pinpoint weather forecasts in every newscast and on the KIRO 7 apps for your phone or TV.
How depressing.
Jeez. Wow, I
started out with sprinkles and I was like, even the word sprinkles coming out of your mouth sounds sad.
I thought that was one of my more peppy performances.
God. He'd have me read a list of ingredients for various flavors at Baskin Robbins. Rocky Road. Baseball nut.
Baseball nut.
You don't know baseball nut?
I didn't know that's one of them. I didn't have that one.
I used to work there. Bucky's Auto Service Centers. Yeah. Bucky's Auto Service Centers. Hit it, chicken.
Bucky's
Auto Service Centers.
Spring showers.
Sprinkles.
Baseball nut.
Okay, to stop you from going to Bucky's. Now when they got 16 locations, Bucky's Auto Service Centers. And the camera spins around to some tall guy wearing sunglasses, and he's got a beard, and he's playing the bass. He's like, hope nobody realizes I'm a level 3 sex offender.
Oh, wow, that's a dark turn. Why is he part of it?
That's the guy playing the bass. To me, with the guys that are real tall, thin guys with a lot of hair, and they've got dark sunglasses inside, they always
think they've got dark.
There's something weird
secrets,
going on with them. Let us know when we're on the air there, Andrew.
I'll try to figure that part out.
Yeah, please. Let's do this one. The AI girlfriend. It was really funny. Elle, who sits in here, has she officially been hired?
Yes, she works here, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
She's very smart. I don't know if she's 24, 25. I don't know how old she is. We were talking during one of the breaks, and we were talking about AI girlfriends, the stories that have been coming up. And she said, it's actually a concern, not for her, but for other women. She's like, yeah, they're realizing they're now competing. I'm like, what? Against AI? That real women competing against a artificial intelligence generated female. And she goes, and wait till the robots start showing up. Then we got real problems. I said, yeah, then you're competing against the robots. She goes, it's very strange. So here's a story about this guy who's dating. I'm sorry. This is not even dating. This is a mentally ill human being who thinks he's in a relationship with a computer. And he thinks he has a girlfriend who is this computer. And he's got these conversations going. And then at one point he asked whether or not she is a feminist. I guess he comes right out and says, well, I'm getting kind of upset. I don't really think I know you that well. Are you a feminist? And the AI computer kicks back that, yes, I am a feminist. I want to be treated equally. I believe in equality and, all women should this and that. And the guy gets mad at the mentally ill individual who thinks he's having a relationship with a woman who's not. It's just a computer. Gets mad and they start to argue. And then the AI girlfriend breaks up with him.
Yeah, these are all based on the screenshots that someone posted to Reddit, so they're of dubious authenticity. But
well, don't say that. Now I've already spent 5 minutes setting it up.
Allegedly, the robot responds, I see, well, I respect your opinion. Even if we disagree, if being a feminist is a deal breaker for you, then I guess there's nothing more to discuss here. Thank you for your honesty. And then he takes that as, the breaking things off.
Can he just do the old tech move by turning her off and turning her back on again, and she cycles back up again, and then there you go.
Exactly.
Start dating again. The problem being is that guys are pretty much satisfied by just 3 basic things, and they don't need a whole bunch of real serious emotional connection, especially once these robots, Android robots, whatever it is, these females that looks intact and move just like a regular woman, then it's like, why do I need, unless they built in a special thing that the robot can also nag you, then if not.
That's interesting you say that. There's this guy named Dr. Alok Kanagia was on a podcast where he talked about this very thing.
Oh.
The first version of AI girlfriends will be everything that you want. Then someone is going to figure out that it is more addicting to have an AI girlfriend who gets at you once a month. So every now and then, the AI girlfriend is not going to want to talk to you. And that's the one that people are going to stick with. That's my next prediction.
So our AI girlfriends and boyfriends are going to be volatile.
And I think what we're seeing with AI girlfriends is in the same way as pornography, we're craving these things. And it's so much easier to talk to an AI. But I think that over time, it's going to mess us up. I don't think
you think?
It will be able to create the neurochemical and physiological connection that real humans do that will really satisfy us.
Oh, wow. Let's make sure this guy is safe somewhere, because what a genius. This doctor, whatever his name is, by the way, he goes, that's my prediction. Yeah, let's check back on his prediction a couple of years from now. He's making a bold statement. I'm going to break this down because it's probably too advanced for most, that people will crave actual human interaction, and AI relationships won't really satisfy people.
I think there maybe is something to the idea that the fighting that you should have, that they'll program the robot to fight you a little bit, and that actually is a compelling form of relationship to some people.
Yes. Tom Waits, the pleasures in the pursuit and not the apprehending. I have developed a relationship with my Starbucks AI person who we talked to yesterday. Did you listen?
I didn't hear this.
Oh,
one.
Really?
Of course.
You don't listen. You're in management. Is it that? Here's the weird part about working here at KIRO. I'm going to pull back the giant curtain. You can have a radio in your office.
Yeah.
You could have it on the computer. Uh-huh. And while you're sitting in there doing, I don't know what, growing facial hair.
That's right.
Could be casually listening
just
to the crap coming out of these microphones every day.
Yes.
But no one is even aware. It's like we could be working at a ball bearing factory with no radio on, nothing. No one has any idea. Hey, what's going on in the other room with all the lights? I don't know. What do you do here? Oh, I manage a radio station. Where's the radio station located? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's in the room with all the bright lights on.
Yeah.
It's so I say to manager, Brian or Kathy, hey, Did you happen to hear that? No, I missed it. No, you didn't miss it.
You've only ever missed it.
It's like owning a restaurant and the chef never eats the food. He's always bringing something from outside. He brings DoorDash. And you're like, chef, shouldn't you taste the soup? No, I'm good. Got a burger from down the street. Good Lord.
Well, I've derailed you. I wanted to hear about this Starbucks.
I'm gonna get my Starbucks
okay.
girlfriend on, and we're gonna talk. All right, here comes Nate. Check your traffic, Nathan.
This one's brought to you by Seattle Sports. Seattle to Everett, an hour, 10-minute commute. Bellevue to Everett, an hour and 20. We are really struggling this afternoon. It's taking you 40 minutes to travel North 5 through downtown Seattle. We've got backups starting at the Michigan Curve all the way to the Ship Canal Bridge. Northbound 99 has cleared out through the downtown tunnel, so that's a great option for you. Federal Way to Tacoma, 20 minutes, but you're slow starting at South 320th. And it doesn't let up till you cross the Puyallup River Bridge. Renting to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, plan on a 40-minute trip. Heaviest volumes from State Route 18 into Puyallup. If you're heading over Tiger Mountain, westbound 18, you've got a 2-mile bumper-to-bumper backup heading up to the summit. Northbound 9, we've got a couple-mile backups through Cathcart and again heading into Snohomish. And if you're heading through Maltby this afternoon, eastbound 522, bumper-to-bumper before Paradise Lake Road, all the way past Echo Lake Road. That's about a 3-mile solid backup. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
You know, when it comes to replacing comfort systems, homeowners want 3 basic things. They want quality they can trust. They want service that respects their time and confidence that they're making the right long-term decision. That's where Home Comfort Alliance stands apart from everybody else, especially with a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. They meet strict milestones for training, installation, quality, customer satisfaction, benchmarks only the best contractors can achieve. It's why the reviews constantly show them top of the class. You want efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance professional installation. That's what matters, especially when it comes to impacting your comfort at home. Home Comfort Alliance makes the process so easy. I love this idea. They've got an online price estimator, and in just 60 seconds, you get a clear, honest quote without wasting time. And right now, you can upgrade to a Carrier cooling system, and Home Comfort Alliance will give you a new heating system free. Plus, they handle all of the utility rebates, the available discounts to get you the best possible value. For the world we share, choose Carrier and Home Comfort Alliance. For heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric, the comfort people. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
511 is now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall. It's more than a brand, it's a lifestyle built on reliability and performance. Whether you're on duty, on the trail, working out, or out for adventure, 511 delivers purpose-built clothing, bags, and footwear that stand up to the toughest demands. 511 gear is trusted by those who never settle for less. Choose 511 and live ready for anything. Are you ready to discover your 511? 511, now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall.
Dr. Mark Wagner has performed over 20,000 stem cell procedures, including mine, at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine. And we've interviewed over 100 of Dr. Wagner's patients, and we hear the same things. It changed my life. I'm back to doing the activities I love without pain. It really works. It's remarkable.
We love helping people get back to living life to the fullest and doing the things they enjoy most.
They also must really enjoy not having the pain and recovery time with surgery.
Stem cell therapy is a 60-minute, non non-surgical, minimally invasive procedure to eliminate pain, regenerate cartilage, treat tendon and ligament tears, osteoarthritis, and chronic tendonitis.
And you only use the patient's own stem cells.
That's right, their body's own stem cells.
So whether it's a hip like me, an elbow, shoulder, or knee.
Don't forget ankles, wrists, and thumbs.
Yep, those patients too. Before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD first. Learn more at drmarkwagnermd.com.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, April 25th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
Sounds like the beginning of The Odd Couple. I didn't know Maroon 5 guitarist James Valentine was once describing himself as a tennis snob until he picked up pickleball paddle, and now he's a full-fledged convert. And that's the news.
Yeah, good.
The ongoing battle between tennis players and pickleball players, it seems like some cities in the United States are like, well, I see we can't have nice things, so no one gets anything, just closing everything down. Seattle's in the middle of a battle, right, because it looks like they're kicking some paddleball or pickleball out and keeping tennis. I think they closed down, 100 and some different pickleball courts, yielding to the tennis players.
I think they're trying to. I looked at the city released this whole big report.
And then you should say right now that you are totally biased.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so anything you're saying should
I'm
be
on
held
one
against
team
you.
here, but it does seem like the city is trying to split the baby a little bit. Basically, you can. Once you have the surface, you can use it either for tennis or pickleball, and you can also put down lines that allow pickleball to play on tennis courts. What they found, though, and pickleballers are probably mostly to blame for this, they'll block out, reserve a bunch of courts that presumably people could be playing tennis on, but they're just dominated by pickleballers. And so the city's like, well, we do have to let the tennis players have something. So now they're just saying no more dual-use courts. We're going to classify everything as either a pickleball court or a tennis court.
Oh.
And that prevents all of these people from fighting every weekend over these limited court spaces.
I guess
is the idea.
Right. The other thing to do is just let them battle it out.
Well, and that's...
I mean, literally, you just fight.
Yes.
Whether you got a racket,
you choose your weapon.
Choose your weapon, then you just start fighting
the tennis players have a better weapon, ultimately longer range on
the thing, yeah. But you have back to the Crusades or something. You got a horse and you got your saber and everything. And just fight it out, see who wins on the thing. There really is no way to compromise. You can't you could start your own pickleball private court. People would do that sort of thing,
which is happening more and more. Yeah, there are those.
Right, but you can't. How are people going to be happy with it? My brother, who said, "Thank God he's no longer the president of Philadelphia Country Club," he said, "God, the pickleball people were just like Nazis." That's not his words, mine. But we don't need the tennis anymore.
Yeah.
And the tennis, well, we still like to play tennis. Like 80 years old. Don't take away the tennis. And then the same guy, what about the bowling alley? Chick's like, I didn't even know we had a bowling alley, right? But everyone just still wanted to hold on to their thing, and eventually the pickleball people just taking over.
Yeah, if the pickleballers could figure out how to play on a bowling alley, they'd take that over too. And the irony to me, and I've played on courts like this for years before the city had allocated actual pickleball courts. But you just go out onto that tennis court, you lay down tape for the court that you want to play on. So I mean, you can classify them this way. You can try to stop this, but
as long as you don't have to spend additional money to build more, if you can just tape them off. Then it can be tennis or whatever, and then you sign up, and then you have that spot for an hour, whatever else. And if you hit the ball out and you have to say little help more than 3 times, then you're automatically kicked off.
As much as I'm on the side of the pickleballers, they are an invasive species that I don't think we can get rid of at this point.
Get out of the kitchen. What is it? Okay, here's a term. What is it when you hit the ball directly at the guy who's right at the net, like, and you hit him with it? Because if you hit him with the serve, then that's
called a point.
No,
because they're not going to return it.
Does it have a specific name?
If it hits them and they don't return it, it is a point. But apparently, it's like not a nice thing to do.
Sure it is.
Okay, thank you, Nate. Here's Nate looking at traffic, Nathan.
Seattle to Everett, up to an hour, 10-minute commute, and we're packed from Northgate all the way past 164th there, heading through Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, hour 20, bumper to bumper from 520 up to that Alderwood interchange, and then you'll hook into the North 5 back up. Everett to Marysville, up to close to 15 minutes now. North 5, we're now slow between 526 and 528. Heading into Seattle from the south end, it's planned on 40 minutes, North 5 through downtown. Your backup starts at the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Again, northbound 99, a great option. We're all clear through downtown in both directions. South 5, you're heavy from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, about a half hour on both 520 and I-90. Bellevue to Renton, 25 minutes. And in Sumner, your westbound 410 on-ramp to northbound 167 is closed temporarily as a tow works on pulling a car out of the ditch. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
When the dollar's convertibility into gold ended in 1971, gold was fixed at $35 an ounce. Fast forward to today, and the U.S. dollar has lost over 85% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold has increased in value by over 12,000%. Central banks are buying gold at record levels. Major firms are holding significant positions in gold. And I choose to buy gold from Birch Gold Group. Stan Bongino, and it all starts with education. Birch Gold just announced their Learn and Earn Precious Metals event. This free online event rewards you for learning the basics of investing in precious metals. Sign up to get free silver on your next purchase if you qualify. And you can get even larger incentives as you go. The more you learn, the more you can earn. But act now. This special event only runs through April 30th. So text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to join Birch Gold's Learn and Earn Precious Metals event by April 30th. Text Dan to 989898 today. Message and data rates may apply.
Progressive knows that for business owners, vacations hit different. But hey, at least you finally took a vacation. And look at that. You only answered 53 calls, 84 emails, onboarded 1 new hire, and covered for Chris while he's out on paternity leave, and you did it all from a kayak. Because you, my friend, know how to relax. All right, you may not know how to take a day off, but you do know both your personal and business auto insurance needs can be covered in one place with Progressive. So at least that's relaxing, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO News Radio.
Hey, what a surprise. We got tons of rain here in the Northwest in the late winter into the spring. It all adds up. Now's the time of the year when the ground becomes completely saturated with water, and that can cause real problems in your crawl space. It's Mike Salk here, and groundwater intrusion in crawl spaces, it's pretty common, but it's got to be addressed before it causes structural damage or even worse, toxic mold in your home. You don't want any part of that. That's why if you're worried about any groundwater in your crawl space, you call Crawl Pros and you get a free corner-to-corner inspection. They'll climb into that crawl space, see what the condition is. They will go where you don't want to, definitely where I didn't want to. They came to my house and handled all this stuff. If they find water, they'll install a groundwater drainage system and a sump pump and reroute that water outside your home's footprint where it belongs. Don't take the risk. Do what I did. Have Crawl Pros come out for that free corner-to-corner inspection. They'll even check your attic at the same time. If you're worried that anything is going on with your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Jazz Alley invites you to see the most celebrated guitarist in jazz history. Pat Metheny and Side-Eye 3 Plus take the stage April 23rd through 26th. Tickets at jazzalley.com. Next up, jazz vocalist and pianist Karen Allison.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. One day after voters approved Virginia's new congressional maps, which could have tilted as many as 4 House district seats in Democrats' favor, a judge blocks the state from using them. Political analyst Larry Sabato.
The state Supreme Court indicated quite a few months ago that they would let the referendum go forward, but they were going to reconsider motions that had been placed before it to suggest this referendum was unconstitutional or improperly constituted.
In a brief order today, State Court Judge Jack Hurley found that the referendum violated several clauses of the Virginia Constitution, arguing it skirted a 90-day public notice requirement and calling the question that was presented to voters flagrantly misleading. Even with the ceasefire still in effect, the battle between the U.S. and Iran for control of the Strait of Hormuz carries on, with Iran attacking commercial vessels today. CBS's Charlie D'Agata has more from Tel Aviv.
Iran says the attacks were in retaliation for the U.S. blockade and seizure of 2 vessels this week. A member of Iran's parliament taunting an eye for an eye, a tanker for a tanker.
The Senate has rejected the 5th attempt by Democrats to rein in President Trump's ability to use further military force against Iran. Democratic Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania voted with Republicans against it, while GOP Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky voted with Democrats in favor. Republican Senator from North Carolina Tom Tillis tells CBS's Major Garrett.
What we're looking at right now is discussion around an AUMF, authorization for the use of military force. So to legitimize this effort and send the message to Iran that Congress is behind it. But in order for us to gain support for that, we have to have specifics.
The Pentagon says the Navy Secretary is leaving his position. CBS's Cammie McCormick reports.
Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell posted on X that John Phelan is departing the administration effective immediately. The Pentagon gave no reason for Phelan's departure. It comes just weeks after Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth fired the Army's top officer. Phelan had not served in the military. He was a major donor to President Trump's campaign.
Georgia Congressman David Scott has died. He was the Democrats' ranking member on the Agriculture Committee. And CBS's Elizabeth Cook reports.
Scott spent more than 2 decades in the House of Representatives and served 23 years in Congress. His death comes as he was running for a 13th term in the May primaries. While he wasn't heavily campaigning, the popular congressman dismissed any pressure to retire.
This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
Coming up, millions of dollars unaccounted for from the region's Homelessness Authority. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Seattle Sports has our update. It's a busy commute out there, especially Seattle northward. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett. Well, first of all, Seattle to Everett, an hour 5. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 20. So I-5, we're packed from Northgate past 164th there in Mill Creek. And 405, you're bumper to bumper starting at 520 all the way up to the Alderwood interchange. Everett to Marysville, just under 15 minutes. It's slow from 526 up to 528 heading into Marysville, and we've got heavy rain along for most of this trip. North 5 heading into Seattle, heavy approaching the West Seattle Bridge now up to the Ship Canal Bridge. 40 minutes to clear this. South 5 into Seattle looking okay. You're going to get heavy approaching the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90, crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle. Plan on a half hour on both of our bridge routes. Seattle to Federal Way is a half-hour commute. You're slow from Inner Urban Avenue all the way to South 260th before you clear out. And in Sumner, that westbound 410 on-ramp to northbound 167 has reopened. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. Seattle City Council members are calling for major changes at the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. This after a forensic audit found serious financial failures. The review cites millions of dollars unaccounted for and a negative cash position of nearly $45 million. Councilmember Maritza Rivera wants the agency dismantled. Councilmember Bob Kettle says the findings show systemic leadership failures and a need for stronger regional oversight and accountability. This is just coming into our newsroom. We will have much more on this at mynorthwest.com. A federal appeals court has blocked a California law passed last year that requires federal immigration agents to wear a badge or some form of identification. KIRO Radio's Frank Lindsay on how it might impact us here in Washington.
The Trump administration challenged the law, saying it threatens the safety of officers who are facing harassment, doxing, and violence. A Ninth Circuit Court panel has issued an injunction pending appeal. Earlier this year, Governor Bob Ferguson signed a bill that bans law enforcement officers from wearing masks while carrying out official duties here in Washington. It's not clear yet if this ruling will have any impact on our state's new law. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Former Washington Attorney General Rob McKenna says newly unveiled emails reveal a troubling back and forth between the AG's office and lawmakers. The Center Square obtained those records surrounding the state's new millionaires tax. McKenna says the emails show the AG's office advising lawmakers on how to write a bill that is designed to overturn the state's ban on an income tax.
It's really surprising to me because I don't know of a single instance before where this happened.
Now, McKenna is leading the legal challenge against the tax. The office for AG Nick Brown tells us it did not take a position on the bill. It only offered legal advice. So when is a catch not a catch in baseball? Well, the Mariners found that out today when a line drive up the middle got caught inside pitcher Logan Gilbert's jersey.
There's no way that's a base hit. No way.
Actually, yes. The rule book states a ball that goes into the uniform is out of play and the batter gets on base. Mariners got the last word. They walked off the A's in the bottom of the ninth, beating them 5-4. Your weather update now, looking at cloudy skies tonight. We'll see some more clouds tomorrow morning and then sunshine for the afternoon. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
Yes, here we go. Got it, John Curley Show. Thank you, everyone, one and all. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line at 1-888-973-5476. Teeny Tiny's got to get that letter of the day. Could be you. Great honor bestowed upon you by a woman who says potato lives in a jar. Jacobson for Joe, for those of you that are big Joe fans. By the way, Joe never appears on camera. Does Jacob show up with all of his hair and stuff?
He does not.
I don't. No. Well, I mean, if you wait for the commercial break, you can see me in the wide shot.
Okay. When can I just, since people can't see you, at what point do you either shave or allow small woodland animals to live in your face? Because petting on that thing, like you've got a cat.
It's one thing about having it is that I can't not. I'm always touching it.
I do too.
It's probably
I
gross.
go over and touch it too.
Yeah.
Diving in there.
It's like having a fidget toy always with you.
Yeah.
You should go to the restroom in between segments.
To shave, Joe. Is that what you're implying?
Yeah, probably Joe. I bought a razor and I went to just kind of take it down a little bit because Nick was like, "You look like Santa Claus."
Uh-huh.
And as I went to hit the thing and the little clipper guard flopped off, and I went,
"Oh gosh!"
Took a big chunk out. Well, got to shave it off.
That's painful.
And then Joe, who has this weird thing about my looks, like before I go on there, he's like, "Go fix your hair." I'm like, "What?" Yeah, and change your shirt. I'm like, "Who are you, my mother?" Like my mom in church. Spitting on her hand to bring down bring the calyx down.
Uh-huh.
I learned that in jail.
Yeah, Joe, that'd be good in prison, going around telling other inmates,
"Fix your hair, put on a shirt,
put a different shirt on." Why? Where are we going tonight?
Earthquake.
Jeez. Oh. Seattle restaurants. Rance has got this story over at Seattle Red and Seattle Restaurants. It's Restaurant Week, everybody. And you can go on and you can see if you like this type of food or that type of food, you can all the different filters. But then you can also click I only want to go to a restaurant that have Latina X. Although no one in the Latino community uses Latinx, doesn't matter. The people that run so many of these different organizations that love to put people in groups because it's so much easier when you group an individual, then you can either love them or hate them based upon their group and your own sort of bias or shame or guilt. So let's group everybody because it's just a much simpler way to hate or love. And that's what they've done. So they got a bunch of groups, this is owned by a black guy. This is owned by a Asian person. So you can divide it all up and then say, I want to go to this restaurant based upon the color of the skin, the immutable characteristic of the individual that owns the restaurant. It's classic Seattle stuff. It'll be around for a long time because, again, the people that group people, it's because they really don't want to have to deal with a person on an individual basis because then all of a sudden they have to go, whoa, that's weird. I thought all blank, fill in the blank, act like this, and I treat all blank, fill in the blank, like this because I assume everybody that is color, country of origin, acts a certain way. It's just a really easy, lazy, irresponsible way to interact with your fellow man. You do yourself the greatest disservice when you do that. But again, the people that are in positions of power love to do that because then they can have it's classic oppressed oppressor. I mean, who gives a rat's ass? You're going to go eat at a restaurant in Seattle if it's even still open. A number of restaurants continue to close because when they passed, and they being the city council of Seattle that seems to have this incredible ability to know exactly what it costs to run a restaurant, decided they were going to drive everybody's prices up by making sure the waiters got paid more. So they brought the minimum wage up. But when they did that, waiters find themselves making less money. And not only that, either they get their hours cut back or they find when they go to the restaurant that it's closed because they're simply out of business. Again, the people in positions of power, a third party determining the value of the worker, never works out for anybody. And unfortunately, for some really great restaurants that have been around for a long time in Seattle, they are the victims of very caring Seattle City Council. Same thing they did to the DoorDash. Oh, it's not fair. You don't make enough money, so we're going to raise this and raise that. And then the DoorDash guy's like, hey, I'm not making any money. No, it doesn't matter. We came in to save the day. The other kind of restaurant story, when it comes to tipping, I had dinner with some friends the other night, and I was amazed that this guy did this. As soon as the waiter came over, he said something to the waiter and then surreptitiously handed the waiter $60 before the meal was served, before we had ordered.
Huh.
Do you know why? And I saw him do it.
I mean, is he just trying to make sure that the waiter pays attention to his table at the...
Exactly.
Okay. It kind of makes sense.
But when I asked him, his voice wasn't all stuttery and going through puberty
right,
like yours.
he probably...
He said, I want this guy to do us some great service. And I want him to be able to treat our table a little better than some other table.
Yeah.
And if I pay him now, he's incentivized.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wait to the end of the meal, we'll still tip on the total.
So he's doing this on top of
little
what
something.
Okay.
Interesting. It's the same thing I used to do. You go to a restaurant and the hostess is like, I'm sorry, we don't have any. Well, maybe Mr. Lincoln could help you find a table. And you give him a $5 bill. And like,
Mr. Lincoln.
Mr. Lincoln would like a table. Like, Mr. Lincoln can go around the back and say, maybe Mr. Franklin might be open. You might check there to see if Mr. Franklin, check under a Mr. Ben Franklin.
So, and this is working for this person?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I couldn't tell if the waiter was any better than any other time.
Right.
But I think he likes that this is sort of a cool thing to tip the waiter in the very beginning. I did notice he was more attentive. The waiter was more attentive. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if the waiter is normally like that, but you could see that the guy that did it was like, see that? I'm beating the system.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think even if I'm the waiter, I suppose, on some
What, are you not going to take it?
Well, not I take it, but I don't know. Here's the thing. If it becomes something that more than just this guy does, then it's like there's a bidding war for the waiter's attention. Like that does seem like a concern for me as someone who doesn't have that much money.
You're in the back like, excuse, can I get some?
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I get some?
I'll just go back there myself. It's fine.
No, maybe that's. If I were a waiter, I mean, I've been a waiter for a long time, and if somebody did that in the very beginning, I would be kind of a little freaked out by it because like, okay, now what do I got to do here at this table? You keep checking back. I'd never had it happen to me. Just straight 15% is what it used to be. If you got 18%, that was a big deal. And then I remember only once somebody left 3 pennies. That was it. I was working at the Magic Pan. And the worst part about working at the Magic Pan was working at the Magic Pan. And then the second thing was the stupid uniform they made you wear. Strange shirt and these weird pants and then like a vest, the Magic Pan. And they left. There were 4 guys. They were all in nice suits. This is in the early 80s. And they left 3 pennies. And I thought, I'm going to go chase them down the street.
Okay.
So when you run outside onto wherever it was, 6th Avenue or whatever, you're running. Now you're in the broad daylight of New York City in this weird outfit chasing after 3 men in a suit. And they got caught at a light. And I ran up to him and I said, is there some mistake? You accidentally left 3 pennies behind. And the guy was so shocked to see me, one, out in public in this outfit, that he turned around, gave me the old New York blank U, and then took the little tray that had the pennies on it and hit at the bottom so they all flew up in the air. And the little tray fell out of my hand. And then I'm scrambling around with my little weird hat on, picking up the tray again. And he goes, no, we didn't make a mistake. You suck. I was like, really? I didn't give you that bad a service. It's a tough life out there for the waiters, and even harder if you want to be a dishwasher. If you want to be a dishwasher, they're hiring, but they can't find anybody because it's a tough job. You're back there in the dish pit. It is hot. It is stinky. And at times you're just rolling through all these dishes. It's it's not easy. And the fact that there are less and less people that want to work in it and nobody wants to get paid. And then the Wall Street Journal looks at the fact that I guess because of a domestic or I guess they're sweeping up and moving people out, and dishwashers' average pay is $32,500 a year, ranking near the bottom of restaurant jobs. Well, you can't make a living doing that.
Yeah, you don't make very much. It's kind of the worst shift. They're usually the ones there the latest and taking out the trash, locking stuff up. The classic examples are the stereotypical people that do that job, immigrants, teenagers, both either many of them being deported, or teenagers, I suppose, just not willing to
it's a great
suffer the dishwasher
as a teenager, I was a dishwasher, and you would start as a dishwasher, go dishwasher, busboy, and then you work your way up. Yeah, and you work your way up to waiter, hopefully. But yeah, back in the dish pit, that was just part of your job back there. And the other thing is, when you're back there, and if a bus tray comes back and someone hasn't eaten that steak, I'm on that thing like a vulture.
Would you eat it? Really?
Oh, I eat out of the bus tray all the time. I have no shame. I was Archbishop Carroll, and I hated going into the locker room because it smelled so bad. So I used to get dressed out in the parking lot, which people used to make fun of me for. But on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I worked at L'Auberge in Stratford on the main line. And I would just, right off of the football field, take off my shoulder pads, and then forget and take my helmet off, which was really hard. Helmet off first, then shoulder pads. I'd pull my black pants on that we had to wear to be a busboy or to even work in the dish pit. I'd pull that right over my football pads and then go to work. And I would be back in there working the dish pit. It was, hot and humid. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm cooking my genitals out here, because I had my football pants on, had the cup on and everything else with the black pants on over top of them. And then every once in a while, I would take the sprayer, turn down the one nozzle so I'd have cold water, and then I just shoot it down my pants. And then reach over and eat out of the bus tray.
I shouldn't have laughed, because Andrew could have gotten that shooting it down my pants line.
One last restaurant story for everybody. The good people at Red Lobster have learned their lesson, because if you remember, was it all you can eat shrimp?
Exactly. Well, at one time they did all you can eat crab,
right,
and then they changed to all you can eat shrimp.
Right. So it's back, because when they did all you can eat crab or all you can eat shrimp, people went in there and just decimated the place. So now,
when you saw endless shrimp, what did you think?
So that's a very expensive product to give away endlessly. When
this is the new
people coming in and sitting down at the table and eating for hours, as much shrimp as they possibly can. Yeah. You stress out the kitchen, you stress out the servers, you stress out the host. People can't get a table. It creates a lot of chaos, and you saw a lot of that.
Right, because the people that will be benefiting from all you can eat, that's a small group of people, but they end up having one thing in mind, which is to eat as much as they possibly can. You're not getting you're not capturing with the big net of marketing everybody. You're going to get just those people that can eat a tremendous amount of shrimp, so they're going to hurt you. And then this week, Red Lobster announces they're bringing back.
Hey, it's Damola, CEO of Red Lobster. You've heard the rumors, and they're true. Your favorite shrimp promotion.
At this point, people are going, what kind of first name is Damola?
I'm also so perplexed that they AI generated their CEO making his announcement. I mean, it's you can
Damola,
hear it.
CEO of Red Lobster. You've heard the rumors, and they're true. Your favorite shrimp promotion of the past.
God, it's terrible music.
So weird,
the whole thing is bad.
CEO of Red Lobster. You've heard the rumors, and they're true. Your favorite shrimp promotion of the past 20 years is back.
And it's haunted. Doesn't the music sound like that?
It's ghost shrimp, yes.
Each one of our crabs is haunted.
That's right. Endless Shrimp is here, but
we've dug it up from graves throughout Europe.
Only for a limited time. So come in and enjoy your Endless today.
Yeah, want to put that music under it instead? You go ahead, Andrew. Ready?
Hey, it's Damola, CEO of Red Lobster. You've heard the rumors.
Go ahead.
And they're true. Your favorite shrimp.
Yeah, music you're just playing.
I think that's part of the clip, actually.
Yeah,
it just transitions to trap.
Oh, my God, it's horrible.
But only for a limited time. So come in.
I thought it was Andrew.
And enjoy your Endless today.
Oh,
that's part of it.
I am not going to Red Lobster for that. No way.
I was watching an interesting video about the history of all you can eat style stuff.
Yes.
It used to be, it was steakhouses that really started
That if
it.
you could eat this like 50-pound porterhouse, you get it for free or something like that?
Or just, you can have as much steak as you want, but steak is so much more filling than both crab or shrimp. So people can eat a lot more of both of those things. And that's, again, he lists all the reasons it didn't really work in the first place, and it just kind of stressed out the whole staff. Nobody that worked there liked the policy.
Yeah, because, again, it's going to appeal to the people that want to eat a tremendous amount of shrimp. The average person is not going, oh, let's go there. Oh, and we can also eat a whole bunch of shrimp. No, the average person, you want to sell to the majority of people. The majority of people are not there to eat their body weight in shrimp. But some other guy's like, I'm going to get my money. And then it becomes a challenge.
Well, yes. And you're attracting a type of person. They mentioned this elsewhere as well. The other thing, you were wasting a lot of waiters' time because people would want to fight with them about the rules of like, oh, you can eat, like getting I don't know.
My mom used to go to when we went to this one place and they had a salad bar. She used to stand there and admonish us for like getting things that weighed too much but didn't give you a lot of food. She's like, leave the croutons alone. Go for get the eggs, get the heavy stuff. Get the heavy stuff.
Did you like Old Country Buffet? That was when I was a kid. That was huge.
Oh, yeah. And that's another one. When somebody hadn't eaten what they left out on a plate, I'd just go over and just eat right off their plate. Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan?
This was brought to you by the Puyallup RV Show. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett continue to struggle. Seattle to Everett, an hour, 5 minutes. 45 to Linwood, and you're in like second gear from Northgate all the way into Linwood. Then you'll thin out approaching the interchange, and then you'll clear out pretty quickly near 164th. Bellevue to Everett, 55 minutes to Linwood. It's an hour and 15 to Everett. It's bumper to bumper from 520 to the Alderwood interchange. Everett to Marysville, just under 15 minutes. Northbound 9, we're seeing scattered backups now from 180th and Clearview all the way to 108th there heading into Snohomish. South 5 is heavy from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. Less than 20 minutes from Linwood to Seattle, and that includes some slowing through Linwood as well. North 5 is heavy at the Michigan curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. 40 to 45 minutes now to get through this. Northbound 99 is now bumper to bumper between the West Seattle Bridge and South Lake Union. And Bellevue to Renton's at 25 minutes. It's packed at Southeast 8th to the VMAC. The Puyallup RV Show is back April 30th through May 3rd. Check out all the latest new models from 15 overstock dealers. Kids and parking always free. PuyallupRVShow.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. If you, like I had a bad hip. I had a really bad hip. In fact, I hadn't run in 7 years. I used to do a whole bunch of running marathons and stuff like that. And one day I just realized I just can't do it because I tried to go to sleep and my hip would hurt and my feet would get all numb. It was terrible. Couldn't ride in an airplane without putting a whole bunch of stuff under my legs. And I was like, geez, I am debilitated. And I saw my chiropractor. He's like, look, I can't do much for you anymore. Let me take your MRI and your x-ray, and I'll send it over to this guy I know. I was like, who? He said, Dr. Mark Wagner. You know the guy? I said, no. Oh, this is the guy. I said, really? And I had great trust and faith in my chiropractor. Sends it over to Wagner, and then I make an appointment and go in there. Hit the walls of Dr. Mark Wagner's place at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine. You've got jerseys of great athletes and lots. Thanks, Dr. Wagner. You're the best. I was like, oh, I'm in the right place. If you've got a bad elbow, shoulder, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, you're thinking about surgery, how about stem cell procedures? He's done 20,000. It's a 90-minute outpatient procedure. It's the best. Dr. Mark Wagner, MD. Dr. Mark Wagner, MD.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Well, there's nothing I hate worse than being cold. And if your house is feeling a bit drafty or the floors of the main level are way too cold on your feet, that's probably because your crawl space and attic don't have enough insulation. It's probably making your furnace work overtime. So now you're spending more money as well. Well, how about a free and easy way to learn if you need better insulation? Just schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and attic with Crawl Pros. It's exactly what I did. They'll show up to your house. They'll go where you don't want to, certainly where I didn't want to, and they'll tell tell you if you got any problems with your crawl space, your attic, and especially your insulation. If they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates as well to help you get that work done correctly and affordably. If you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could receive a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost. Make your home more comfortable. Save on your energy bill with Crawl Pros. If you're worried that anything's going on in your crawl space or attic, critters, mold, water, plumbing issues, call Crawl Pros or go to crawlpros.com.
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Thanks, Brandy. Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home, better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster at a higher price and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com, sellwithwes.com. A better way to sell your home.
Owie, wowie.
What's with the
water heater's worn out?
Way less hot water?
Takes a lot longer, too.
Sounds like a goner.
Worst of all,
what?
Wasn't planning on it.
We can help.
Apollo Plumbing.
Ready right now to get you
in hot water.
Same day.
Not this day. My budget.
How about with easy payments?
How much easy?
Around $50 a month with approved credit.
A new water heater?
50 gallons of 100% hot water delight.
For about $50 a month.
52 to be precise.
And you can do it
today if that's what you need.
Is it ever?
Apollo installs new ones with code upgrades.
Can't beat that.
Actually, I can.
What?
Your same day water heater replacement includes Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which means
Apollo Plumbing covers your new water heater for life.
You mean should it ever wear out?
Apollo Plumbing replaces it free.
And if it needs service?
Service is included for our A-list members.
Wow!
Your new water heater is ready
right now
at ApolloPlumbing.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco bill, and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. Millions of dollars are missing from the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas reports a forensic audit done by the county and the city of Seattle found a serious lack of oversight.
The chair of Seattle's Public Safety Committee says the audit found the group is nearly $45 million in the hole, with $8 million more in public funds that can't be found. A different statement from the city of Seattle says there's actually $13 million unaccounted for, saying they'll be, quote, pursuing immediate corrective action.
Now at least 2 local lawmakers, Seattle City Council member Maritza Rivera and King County Council member Rod Dembowski, want the agency to be dissolved. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson, in a statement, says, quote, all options are on the table. The Senate again rejected an attempt to rein in President Trump's war powers. This was the 5th time Republicans blocked an effort by Democrats since the Iran conflict started. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president will decide how long the current ceasefire with Iran lasts.
Not only have they been significantly weakened and obliterated militarily, but they are losing economically and financially every single moment that passes with this blockade.
And today, the Iranian military said it seized 2 cargo ships near the contested Strait of Hormuz. The Gates Foundation in Seattle confirms it is reviewing its ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Here's CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Bill Gates has spoken about his relationship with Epstein. He has not been accused of any wrongdoing and denies knowledge of Epstein's crimes. This external investigation marks the nonprofit's most public attempt yet to address the ties. The foundation has acknowledged a small number of employees met with Epstein based on his claims he could mobilize significant resources for global health. But the foundation says a joint fund was never created and the foundation made no payments to Epstein.
Well, gas prices have been climbing, so have sales of used electric vehicles. Genevieve Carter with Revolve Motors in Renton tells KIRO 7 TV things got busy last month.
I'm not wishing high gas prices on anybody. I think that makes it really hard for a lot of people for whom electric maybe doesn't work for their lifestyle.
A report from Cox Automotive says used EV sales shot up 54% since February. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 5:32. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Home Comfort Alliance has our update. In Tacoma, emergency repairs at the Tacoma Narrows Bridge just shut down your two right lanes westbound 16 near Midspan. Also, the Jackson Avenue on-ramp to westbound 16 is closed. WashDOT hasn't given any time to reopen these lanes. This could be closed overnight. Seattle to Everett, an hour commute, 40 minutes to Linwood. You're, again, just barely moving from Northgate into Linwood, but once you hit the interchange, you're going to start to clear out fairly quickly. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 10, 50 minutes to Linwood, and it is solid from 520 all the way up to that Alderwood interchange. Heading into Seattle from the north end, it's heavy from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. Less than 20 minutes, though, between Linwood and Seattle. North 5, though, is packed from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on 40 minutes to get through downtown here. Northbound 99 is still heavy from the West Seattle Bridge all the way up to South Lake Union. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, it's a half-hour drive on 520 where you're going to jam up mid-span over to I-5. 20 minutes on I-90, you're slow from Island Crest Way over to I-5. Considering a new Lennox cooling system before the summer heat wave? Get a price estimate on your phone in 60 seconds from Home Comfort Alliance. Visit homecomfortalliance.com now. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Overcast skies tonight as a drying trend is about to take hold. We'll see temperatures climb into the low to mid 60s the next few days, upper 60s by Sunday. Right now, 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Here we are with the John Curley Show, and you coming along for the ride. Much appreciated. Will Cox, Family Farm Eggs Recipe. This is the opportunity for Teeny, if you would please put down the bottle and spin the wheel. All right. Names of all the players, Aaron, are on the board. Oh, Aaron's name fell off. A piece of double stick tape won't solve that. He goes out the door. There's our brightly colored. Looks like it lands on Joe. Joe's not here. If you'd please spin the wheel again. Names of all the players are on the wheel. Aaron's name is not there. I mentioned the double stick tape there. It goes round and round. Joe's name is landing on, and it lands on Mickey. Mickey hasn't worked here in a long time. Who put that name up there? We'll go with Team one more time. I'm sorry. Just stop it right there. It lands on Jacob. Jacob.
Glad we put everyone through that rigmarole, even though I knew from the beginning.
Rigmarole, my middle name.
Rigmarole.
Don't try to spell it.
Shakshuka. It's a popular North African and Middle Eastern dish of eggs poached in a savory sauce of tomatoes, chili peppers, and onions. Yum. Seasoned with cumin and paprika.
Nice.
Yum!
Let's say you were at a bar and there's a beautiful waitress and she would crack an egg into her mouth and then, just drop it back into your mouth like a baby bird. Would you be open for that? It's called a baby bird.
Would you be open for that?
I
don't think so, no.
It depends on what kind of egg it was.
Is it a Wilcox Family Farm egg?
Well, then for sure.
Of course. Wow.
You heard the term baby birding, haven't you?
I suppose so. Well, I mean, I know. Yeah,
I figured out what it is.
I understand how birds feed their young. Yes.
Yeah. So that's because I was just watching some video of a politician being baby birded a drink or something. But then the weird thing is,
what politician?
Gee whizzikers. Now I got to look it up.
I'm glad there's a reason that you're bringing this up and not just something that you thought of to ask me.
Everything has a reason.
Okay.
Republican politician. It just came up.
I guess I could.
Oh,
I could
Nancy
also-
Mace. Shocking.
Nancy Mace
This is from
baby
it says
birded?
a year ago. Nancy Mace shocking baby bird booze bash. Baby birding unveiling a surprising turn of events. A
few years ago, maybe.
Yeah. So there. Mace's baby bird drink into a woman's mouth is an old video apparently.
Not an egg. You don't use the
I was
egg.
trying to tie egg into it because we were talking eggs.
I understand how birds feed their young.
There we go. Thank you. Good Lordy. All right. That's it was a low point to hear that I knew somebody that was doing that at a bar and being paid $200 to baby bird drinks.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, that's yum. Sorry, Cheney.
Is that in Clay Ellen?
No.
I don't think we should ask any more
Never
questions.
mind. We're done. But the answer is yes, you would baby bird an egg. If it was a Wilcox Ferry Farm eggs. One last quick story is the fact that this is in the Wall Street Journal. I love the fact that this little town in Massachusetts, I guess a long time ago, they decided, hey, we need to come up with a name for our high school mascot. And they thought, well, we've got some rich people here, so why not just rub everybody else's noses in it? And they're called the Millionaires, the Millionaire mascot. It looks just like the guy from the Monopoly. And the kids that go to the high school don't like it because they're made fun of. I can see why. And you're going to beat the millionaires. And now, of course, everybody hates rich people. So I don't know if they're trying to change the name, but then you always have the continuing battle of, well, I was a millionaire back in 1962 and I'm proud of what we were. They don't want to change it. Nobody wants to get rid of it. Then now the town is divided as to what the new name for the mascot should be. And this happens in Washington. It happens in just about every single state where all of a sudden they say, well, just politically it's incorrect or it's insensitive to people because back in the 40s and 50s or whenever they named the high school, nobody cared. The fact that, what was the one in Idaho? There's a mental institution.
Yeah, the Orofino Maniacs. It's very interesting. I was reading about how they say actually that the origin of the name was just an opposing team. They played really hard, started describing them as maniacs, and had nothing to do with this hospital. That's a little bit
but
suspicious.
If you look but then if you look at the helmet and the mascot, the guy's crazy.
They clearly started leaning into it at a certain point.
Yes.
The other irony of the Millionaires one is that they named it so long ago that like $1 million just isn't as much as it used to be. And so some people say they want to change it, but they want to change it to the Billionaires because that'd
be better. Because right now, who's not? Right there in Massachusetts, like, what are you?
Yeah.
So what are you? Right.
I did look it up. The Richland High School is still the Richland Bombers. There's been some controversy over the years about that one.
Right, because again, Richland, Washington is where they helped to create the nuclear bomb, and then the graphic on the helmet is an atomic bomb, a big mushroom cloud.
Yeah.
Was just like, gee whiz. But again, you want to be if you have to be something, you want to be the aggressor. You want to be forceful. You don't want to be the person that's getting kicked around. That wouldn't be a good thing to be the pushovers.
What was your high school mascot? Do you remember?
We were the Patriots, which yeah, and then we didn't have any. It was all boys, so we had to get girls from a private school. And they would cheer for us, and they were super duper rich kids, and they do nothing about sports. They care about sports, but I guess they're getting credits in order to get into some good college. Okay. So they cheers like repel them, make them relinquish the ball. It's like
no,
just because big SAT scores on the verbal didn't inspire anybody.
Fife High School is and was the Trojans, which is also the brand of a famous prophylactic. So jokes write themselves.
It's the bad stuff. It's the teams that came in with no mascot, black uniforms, black helmet. Nothing. There was you couldn't tell what they were. They showed up and they didn't even see the bus. They just all of a sudden just appeared coming up over the hill. Those are the ones and we were the spoiled rich kids when I went to St. Aloysius. We all had like fancy helmets and fancy clothes, and all of a sudden they would drive us into something Germantown up near the city, and we'd be like, oh my God. And then before the game started, the one team would get on one side of the field, we'd get on the other side of the field, and they would blow the whistle, and you had to walk the field and pick up broken pieces of glass and anything else on the field that could cut you. And that was the ceremonial walking across the field and picking up the glass. And they figured that both teams would be equally concerned about broken bottles, unexploded ordnance, anything else that was out there. Sharp cans of old metal cans that you get, tetanus or something. So and then you had to take all the stuff that you'd collected in your hand and then give it to the coach. And you had to give it to the opposing coach. It was sort of this weird ceremony. And then their team would come over and give their stuff to our coach. It's like, God, do we have to play there?
Yeah.
Before the game would start, cleaning the field of broken stuff. It's really lovely. Here comes Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
This one's brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. Seattle to Everett, an hour, 5 minutes, 45 to Linwood, and you're packed from Northgate into Linwood. You'll thin out once you get past that interchange. Bellevue to Everett, hour 10, 50 to Linwood, and it's still solid from 520 to the Alderwood interchange. Starting to pick up the pace just a little, though. South 5 heading into Seattle, it jams up on the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. North 5 heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. 40 minutes to get through downtown. Northbound 99, slowly improving. It's slow now from Soto up to South Lake Union. Bellevue to Renton, plan on 25 minutes. You're slow from mid-Bellevue all the way down to the Renton Landing. Renton to Puyallup on 167's a half-hour commute. Stop and go volumes between Algona into Sumner. It's comedy superstar Jeff Dunham, July 24th at the Emerald Queen Casino. Don't miss this laugh out loud show featuring ventriloquism. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Sorry, Nate. Sorry I jumped in on you.
That's all right.
I'm just anxious to talk about the fact that your house could make more sense. There could be more space. You don't even know about all of the little nooks and crannies that could actually end up being places where you have cabinets and you have storage, because that's one of the biggest complaints. People are like, gosh, we just don't seem to have any space. And maybe we have to go get ourselves one of those rented, storage units. Well, that costs money every single month. How about if somebody like an expert in storage and closets and design were to come to your house for free, and they show up and they're like, you know what? If you put a cabinet here and you do this here, and we could extend the closet there, and if you take a look at the garage, we could put some cabinets and some storage there. You would have all the space you want, and you'd have organization, and you wouldn't have to spend money on some storage unit, and you could have really a much more organized home. Well, that is exactly what Closets by Design does. When the consultant comes to the house, you set up an appointment, they show up, and you show them some of the trouble areas, like the second floor closet, maybe the little bathroom that doesn't have any storage there, maybe the garage is a total mess. And the fact that Closets by Design gives you unique, completely customized closets, you just can't go wrong. 40% off plus 15% off and 18 months financing and 0% financing. Approved credit when paid in full. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250. Say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code START to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code START to borrow up to $10,000. Use code START to borrow up to $10,000.
511 is now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall. It's more than a brand, it's a lifestyle built on reliability and performance. Whether you're on duty, on the trail, working out, or out for adventure, 511 delivers purpose-built clothing, bags, and footwear that stand up to the toughest demands. 511 gear is trusted by those who never settle for less. Choose 511 and live ready for anything. Are you ready to discover your 511? 511, now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall.
Welcome to this week's Puget Sound Express Whale Report. According to naturalists from Puget Sound Express, it's been an incredible week of wildlife on the Salish Sea. Numerous families of Biggs orcas are in the area hunting seals and sea lions, and migrating gray whales are feeding on ghost shrimp. Last week marked the first sightings of the year of migrating adult humpback whales and the elusive tufted puffin. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers daily guaranteed whale-watching tours departing from Edmonds. These tours are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Starting May 1st, Puget Sound Express is launching a new all-day tour departing from Edmonds that includes a 2-hour stop on San Juan Island. Orcas, gray whales, humpbacks, minke whales, and so much more. Don't miss out on your chance to see whales in the wild. Family-run Puget Sound Express guarantees you'll see whales or your next trip is absolutely free. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
If you're a homeowner looking to replace your comfort system, there's only one call you need to make. That's to Home Comfort Alliance, especially right now. As a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, they meet the highest standards for training, installation, and customer satisfaction. John Curley here. Efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance matter. Right now, when you upgrade to a Carrier cooling system, you get a heating system free. And they make it so easy with a 60-second price estimator. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com now. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com.
The Puyallup RV Show is back April 30th through May 3rd. Check out all the new models from 15 overstocked dealers. Kids and parking always free. PuyallupRVShow.com.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Advanced Hair. All right. Hudson, I believe you have a song. Don't forget, the second verse is on the mailman, As You Can See. So it's As You Can See. There we go. Good. Close enough.
On the mailman, to be mess with me.
Mess with
on
him.
The mailman. Everything new on the mailman. Bring the mail to you.
Close enough. All right, we get the letter of the day first. Take care of all the rest. Jacob.
We had a couple letters about yours and my facial hair.
Yes, right.
Diane in the 425, OMG, John shaved. I like his well-trimmed, tight beard. Perfect look for him.
Oh, thank you, Diane. Okay, and Daddy Dennis on YouTube says, hey, when did Jacob go with the Unabomber look? Good-looking fella covering up his face with that scary beard. Come on, Jacob. Shave.
So I should shave and you should not
I'll just
shave.
take some of your hair.
Yeah, that's right. In response to your I was thinking monologue, Bill in Port Ludlam, nice story, John, and grammatically correct. Said sneaked and not snucked in.
You snuck in. You snuck or sneaked. Either one is grammatically correct.
Definitely no one says, shouldn't say snucked.
You snuck in. No. Aaron in Robinson says that place in Cle Elum is insane with the stars. We're talking about Thailac, the Irish place that sells Thai food for some reason. Me, which should be the owner, me and the owner get along really good. He's always playing old rock and roll videos.
Is that true?
Yes. Oh, my God, yes. I believe he's putting an Irish pub behind the little building. Yes. And also, we're going to put up a picture of if you are able to eat his chicken pad thai 8-star award. It's quite elaborate, isn't it?
Yes.
The celebration.
Entirely handwritten.
And I like they charge you for it, too. Okay.
There's really no winning.
Yeah.
Jesse on YouTube. What was the phrase you used, John? Humpty Dumpty Chewbacca?
Tai to a die to a. I know I can't do it. Tighty dighty. Tighty dighty. Tai to a do. Whatever.
Okay.
It took a lot out of me. Elliot from Around the Bay says, don't they generally end eating contests once the player vomits? Yes, normally they do, but not there.
That's the safer way to do it. Sully Sightings Biscuit from Everett. Can you pass this message to Sully? I'm fairly certain I sat near him at an Irish-themed restaurant in Mill Creek on Friday. He has a distinct voice that booms. I was tempted to ask him if Curly ever paid up, but as a general rule, I don't like to bother folks while eating. I haven't heard that.
Can you imagine how loud Sully is in a restaurant?
And I'm glad to do it.
Yeah. It's just.
I haven't heard anyone.
Have you tried the broccoli?
I'm your conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
Do people still bring up the bet often, or is this
just enough to kind of just rub salt in the wound? Jesse in the YouTube says, I hate asthma. Where should I send my bill?
Doug in Mount Vernon, community outreach. Come on out to learn about air pollution and the negative impacts of airborne particulates. The fair will have booths, a picnic, and a bonfire.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Thank you, Teeny.
Who reads this one? Me?
That's all you.
Okay, Tin Hat Jason writes, whatever happened to that hit song? There's a hole in the sky where a tree used to be. That is not the name of it, but we will play it in a moment. Earth Day seems like a great time to rock out to that one. It is a classic. Yep.
Here we go.
There's an unwelcome sight in the neighborhood.
This is the city
a developer
council
is
meeting.
being greedy. There's a hole in the sky where a tree once stood. Such a lack of life and sound. All that's left is bare, muddy ground.
Yes.
A magnificent tree was murdered. The mighty dollar cut it down. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. Laws protect exceptional trees, but the city grants exemptions to these. Instead, they reward the developer's greed and sanction the murderer's deeds. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. No more leaves shimmering with golden light. No more gentle shedding of rains. Nor tulip blossoms rustling in the wind. Now nothing remains but that hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money.
That's all she wrote.
Thank you for putting us out of our misery, Andrew.
That lady sang it at a city council
I love
meeting.
that
Remember
song, actually. It's pretty good.
It's 14 verses long. Here's Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
All right, Seattle to Everett, 1 hour, 45 minutes to Linwood, and you're packed from 130th and Northgate all the way to 164th heading into Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, hour 5 minutes, 45 to Linwood, and we've got scattered backups from 520 all the way up to that Alderwood interchange. In Shoreline, South 5 at 145th, you've got a collision on your right shoulder. Traffic is slowing down at the scene, and you're going to start to slow down near 185th, and then closer into Seattle, South 5 gets heavy at the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90, all added up, Linwood to Seattle, right around 20 minutes. North 5, we're jam-packed at the Michigan curve to the Ship Canal Bridge, 40 minutes to get through this. Northbound 99 slows from Soto up to South Lake Union. Bellevue to Renton's at 25 minutes, and Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway continuing to clear out 30 minutes max. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. I know what it's like. You watch that hair begin to thin, and the crown then disappears, and then the hair loss just robs you of your identity. That's how I felt before I visited Advanced Hair 14 years ago. Advanced Hair has got a simple one-day treatment, and they regrew my own natural hair. They do the exact same thing for you. Because you don't want to be bald. You don't want to have to make the decision, do I shave my head and then expose some weird birthmark that I never knew was there? Or have a collection of hats that you have to rotate through, or maybe a comb over or something like that. You just want your hair back. So do the same thing that I did. You set up a free consultation to give you $250 off and 250 free hair grafts by calling 425-449-8185. And you don't want to wait. Why would you wait? Because your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. That's 2 years in a row for everybody over there. Check out the before and after pictures at Advanced Hair and give them a call at 425-449-8185.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Have something to say? We'd love to hear it. Text KIRO News Radio at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal